This version of It's Eric Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
It's Eric Nagel. And it starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Eric Nagel.
Thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. No one's buying this bullshit. I am here over in the frozen tundra, known as Arizona. Say hello to Jordan.
You could not be more right, considering the weather I had today. Hi, everybody. It is a frozen tundra indeed.
It is an entire ordeal, but until we get to that, we have this to do. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, do us a kindness, leave us a positive. No, you can't do that there. What do you do there? Put us in number one. It's been a long time. It's been 3 weeks. Put us in the number one position on the presets, and then be done with it. If you're on Apple and Spotify and places of that nature, that's where you go and leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. If you want to join us live each and every week as we do this show, you can go over to our YouTube and our Twitch rooms, all under It's Eric Nagel. Go there and subscribe. And if you can't do that and you just want to watch stuff when you're able to do so, that's what the YouTube channel is for. Go over there and all the content, all the best of stuff. And I think the membership should be ready very soon. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but we'll get into that in just a moment too. December really kind of kicked both of our asses on a personal level, between sickness, between the kids in and out of school, the holidays. Nothing new to anybody else, but it prevented us from doing everything. I think I had 3 rounds of sickness alone since Thanksgiving.
I was going to say this 5 minutes that we've been live may be the most Eric and I have talked in like 3 weeks. It's just been schedules, sickness. It's been a thing. Every
time I tried to reach out to you, there was no response, and then I would get a message sometime in the day. It's like, I passed out. I feel like shit. I'm not doing anything. So it just became a whole ordeal of things delaying us. But we have some very cool things in the works.
Yes.
1 or 2 of the things we can't talk about, but they're going to be very fun once they're activated. The membership stuff, I think they're still loading stuff on the back end. That's going to be turned on very, very soon. And that's not much of an update, but that's all I can give you for the time being. And then we could talk maybe somewhere about the disaster that was supposed to be the Atlanta gig that did not happen. Let's just say people do not act in good faith when they're negotiating deals. And we're like, okay, this sounds fantastic. Wait, what? You changed the deal already? That happened? All right. Well, best of luck to you.
He's altering the deal. Just pray he doesn't alter it any further.
And and then everyone else, you're fired. What can you do about that? We had a video that did go up for the holiday time. We did part 3 of Todd Pettengill. I'm looking for the graphic here. I don't know where I put it all, but I haven't touched this stuff in 3 weeks. So it's all new to me as we're doing all this stuff. So the part 3 of the Todd Pettengill saga, I guess. It wasn't supposed to be a saga, but it turned into that.
We didn't plan a trilogy, but then when we started talking and then going into the second episode, we're like, we have way too much stuff.
Yeah.
There's stuff we never got to that we have to address.
People loved it.
Yeah,
and
they really did.
The second part was just supposed to be the second part. But what happened was that it went so long that it got turned into a third part.
Oh, and that's so funny.
I'm going to tell you this. If you haven't seen any of it, it's available on the YouTube channel. We also made a playlist. Now, the playlist has some stuff that everybody else has been asking for. They wanted the infamous Todd Show premiere with the battle-tested microphones and the ghosts that walk the hallowed hallways of this station. That's in the playlist. The 3 Jocktober supplementals that we did. The last day of the radio station where Todd broke down crying and having to admit that it was his fault. That's in there. And by another request, I was thinking about it and I was like, nah, I'm not really wanting to put that on there, but I decided we're going to do it. So I'm going to go into the O&A archives. I'm going to pull the studio recordings for the Jocktobers of Scott and Todd. And I'm going to add that to the playlist. I know they're available on fan pages and what have you, but these will be the recordings in studio. So they should sound a bit better than what was being broadcast over the radio. Who knows? Maybe there was stuff that got cut out and that wasn't cut out in here. It's going to be new to us as well, but I'm going to put all those up on the playlist as well. This is part 3. I thought I had it loaded in the system, but I don't. But that's what part 3 looks like right there for the Jocktober supplemental. So go and check that out. Now, here's where it continues to get weird because people will not let this die. There's a part 4 coming now, and that was not by choice. And Jordan, while I get this here, can you fill them in about what was in part 3 that's leading to part 4?
I believe part 3, a lot of it was some of the prank calls that he did, I believe. They were very, very, very bad, very in poor taste. Some of the media that he put out was a lot of the, like he said, the battle-tested microphone stuff was around. I'm trying to think of what else was in part 3. I know we did so much in part 2 to the point where at some point, our guests had to start leaving. We were recording so much.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was wild.
So somebody, a friend in the industry, in a part of the country that should not know who this guy is, and they probably don't, unless they know him from the WWE stuff. Somehow had Todd's CDs. So he said, I have them. Would you like them? I think I have them in storage somewhere. I said, yes. Have you listened to them? No, he has not. He just, at some point, I guess he was getting bulks of CDs from labels and publicists and
that's weird.
What have you. And I know that, I mean, I was a music director for a very short time, but I know that you get stuff sent to you all the time. Every day there's packages and envelopes full of music that they want you to check, or there's recommended tracks that they want you to play on your station, what have you. He had these, I guess, in storage somewhere. And so we have the 2. There might be a 3rd CD, but so far we have the 2. Now, I want to point something out here. This one looks a little better. He's going on the one name basis.
Todd Life.
It's not. Well, no, it's not.
There's so much.
Life.
No, I know. There's just so much going on there. Like, what is the title supposed to be? Like, what is he trying to really push toward? Like,
I don't know.
Cookie Cutter Todd.
I don't know. It just looks
nickname?
like it looks like some kind of corporate video he was a part of, and they just let's impose
Stinking Park.
Like, there's no creativity. What? By today's standards, that's the back rooms. Todd's in the back rooms right now, and that would be fantastic if Todd glitched out of reality and was actually in the back.
It looks like he's on the set of Severance, and they just took a bunch of pictures. It's just the hallways.
So imagine he's not this terrible. Like, he gets into the elevator and then he leaves, and that Severance thing happens, and he's just a normal, well-adjusted person on the outside.
Any in his Audi.
But everybody that's worked with him and known him and that has reached out to us has confirmed that, yes, that is not the case. He is the same guy on the air that he is off the air. But anyway, so he goes by the single name. So he's on the level of Bono and Cher and Sting and Prince and Madonna and all these other massive superstars that were one name basis. Because when you think of all those, Beyonce, when you think of all those people, you think of Todd.
You do think of Todd.
So it's got, that's right here. But
again,
Todd.
Like the title, though, you could see Todd is in red. You know that's the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Just make that assumption. What is everything else? It says Life, and it says, what was the other stuff?
The album's called Cookie Cutter Life.
Oh, so it's Cookie Cutter.
Cookie Cutter Life. Yes.
The titling is terrible. Like,
this is somebody that's playing with fonts on a program, like on MS Paint or something. Like,
it's definitely MS Paint.
This is very, if you want to use the term, very boomer structured. You know, the way they say it's like, oh, look, I could take the same photo and this is a cool effect I can do. It's like Homer. Here's a star wipe and another star wipe and another star wipe.
You know, Eric, there are other wipes other than star wipe.
Star wipe. Each CD has 14 tracks.
Oh, my God.
On it. So we're not going to do the rest now, obviously, but this is for another special episode that I think we're going to have to do a part for.
You couldn't send that to me before I recorded all my music episode dialogue?
All right. Well, let's get into that then.
So
usually
funny.
at the end of the year, we do our Spotify wrap. What is it? Spotify Wrapped. And what does Apple call theirs?
It's just Apple Music. So they do there. It's just what do they call it? It's just it's not wraps. It's like a wrap up or something stupid. No, It's not as catchy.
All right. Well, we were supposed to do it's like the end of year Spotify thing for me, the end of year Apple Music for Jordan.
It's Apple Replay. And we usually get that done. But again, December kicked our ass and real life had to take over the play fantasy world that we have. So we didn't have that done for the end of the year either. So now that we're back, hopefully in good health and good spirits moving forward, there's going to be a lot more stuff coming down the pipe that we have planned out, including a spin-off show that we'll mention down the line once that's all set up. But Jordan and I are going to be doing a spin-off from this show to something else, something completely outside of this world and what this show does, just to see if we can capitalize on a trend. It's just going to be a social experiment that hopefully we fall ass backwards into success. If not, it's fine too, but I'm just curious by doing something different. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Look, I'm going to announce it. We're going to be rewatching A Small Wonder, and it's going to be great. We're going to have Vicky on, see what she's up to.
Robot. She's going to sit here like a puppet. I'm just going to put my hand into the back of her head and make her talk. And then you're going to have Alf, and it's just going to be like, what are these two guys doing?
Hey, Willie.
With beloved television puppets.
And every episode I'll end it by eating a cat. Urk.
Oh, wait, I got to do the other one. I forgot we have that one too. Where's that one? That's the one that has to go up every time.
Photo.
Anytime there's an Edgar thing, that's the one that has to go up. Now, okay, so show stuff's taken care of. We're at 6,400 on YouTube. Thank you very much, everybody, for your help and your support. And hopefully with the new stuff that's coming, we'll get even more of you on board if you haven't been already. If you're watching this live right now, hit the like button. That does help. I know a lot of other shows have been saying that, and I always wonder, I'm like, does that really do anything? And then I see the numbers jump up, and I go, oh, yeah, it does. We should be doing that too. So I'll have to scream at some point, hit the like button like everybody else does.
Smash that like button, hit that little bell so you know we go live. All those things that the streamers like to do.
I do. Oh, I see an alert here. Sorry, we're gonna have to take care of this real quick. Bex Ranner. Isn't that the Simpsons thing? Oh, he was Rex. Was it Rex Manor?
I don't remember.
That episode where he was like the gumshoe detective that was tracking Homer for something. But anyway, Hoagie Boy for $2. Thank you very much, sir. Jordan, where's that money going?
Who knows anymore? I haven't seen it since September. That's Daddy's money.
Okay. And he's going to need that because we'll tell you about what's going on with him in just a moment. Do you have pictures, by the way?
I did. I think I loaded up.
You can load in the back here so we can show it when we're ready.
Yeah, the new stuff here.
Was going to do, we still have a ton of the energy drinks that would need to get out of here. But I'm going to do something a little different today. We're going to do a little minor consumer for you to start off the show. Now, I have been on a bit of a tirade with the consumer account because I'm getting tired of hot honey.
Yep.
Hot honey's everywhere. It's the trendy flavor of the moment. It's replaced everything being flaming hot.
Or pickle flavored lately.
Yes, and then you'll have that, and then go back a little bit. Everything was pomegranate flavored. Then everything was blue raspberry flavored. Like once in a while, a flavor comes around that everything needs to be that. And unfortunately, we are in our hot honey era at the moment. And I was getting a little sick and tired of seeing all the hot honey products everywhere. Well, I stumbled across a hot honey product and I said, this is probably so incredibly bad that I need to bring this to the show in order to try. I'm seeing some people in here that are agreeing. Yes, hot honey is awful. I want hot honey garlic, not just hot honey. I've never tried a hot honey garlic. If that's like on a pizza, I might be interested. But anything else, I don't want it on potato chips. I don't want it on anything else. That's kind of terrible. Old Wrestler saying this year's sriracha. Yeah, sriracha was a big thing for a while too. And then
they started running out of sriracha.
Yeah. Remember that story? I think it was in the San Francisco Bay Area. There's a sriracha plant out there.
No, it's I think it's like in Inglewood or like something around there in Southern
it's down
California.
by LA.
Yeah, it's down by LA.
Where the plant was giving off so much of the emissions coming out from the plant, it was blinding people. Like it was tear gassing people in the surrounding neighborhoods.
It was like mace.
That the government the local government had to step in for regulations and decrease their product output because it was just macing everybody in the local areas, which is hilarious. Anyway, hot honey, not to be outdone, is now ventured into beverage form as I present to you Arizona's green tea.
I can't believe
Mike's
you got
hot
that.
Honey.
Oof.
Look,
I don't know
green
about
tea
that.
with honey is fantastic. Hot honey green tea. Now you're just being an asshole. You're just doing it for attention.
Yeah, that doesn't seem. I don't know why you would need that.
I don't know.
Is it most likely what it's going to be? Is that you're going to drink it?
How is this good, Lynn? How it maybe it be good with green tea and a spicy honey?
It's going to have like a weird chemical taste in the back of your throat. Anything like that is going to be that way. Ooh. Did see they have dropped 2 new Monster flavors that I've just been too sick to go out and find. So I'm going to go find those.
That the Welch's, because I have the Ghost Welch's as always on hand, but the Welch's grape cran combination
that should be out now too.
I'm interested in trying that.
Yeah, they have a punch one. I think it's the one that we saw when we were young. I think they put that out on the market for everybody. So it's like a punch. And then
that one, the electric limeade?
No, this one is the Monster flavor, but it's like a punch, just like a fruit punch. So I'm assuming it's going to be like a Hawaiian punch type of flavor.
I love it.
And then Monster, like they decided they wanted to do 0 sugar version of their gasoline flavored one, which I drink every now and then. But then they say they call it a strawberry shot, so they add like a little bit of strawberry to it, which I just don't get. Just make strawberry, but whatever. So
I saw it was actually a news story on Celsius. Celsius is decreasing a lot of their flavors. Now they already got rid of they have that what's the big can? Celsius Essentials. And they had a fruit punch there, one that I really liked. And their grape slushy one is really good too. But they got rid of the fruit punch, I think like the beginning of the summer. And now they're getting rid of the orange creamsicle. They're getting rid of a few of their flavors there. Apparently they were doing amazing for the longest time, and now they're not.
Well, they tend to phase things out. Like Intersect here says the Monster Aussie Lemonade kicks ass. Yeah, well, find it and try to keep it because they're discontinuing it here in the States. So unreal. I think you might be in Canada. I don't remember. But as far as
they're getting rid of some of those cosmic vibe flavors that they had, those are going too. Like anything blue, usually you would think kids or women love that stuff. That's going away. There was a marshmallow tangerine one or something I saw that was going away. I'm trying to see if I can find my list here. I had a thing about the I can't find it. Whatever about the new drinks and stuff coming up. Anyway, back to the Mike's Hot Honey. It smells terrible. I can tell you that.
Now, does it smell any different than the normal green tea with honey?
Yeah, it does.
Is there a distinctive, like, spicy smell to it?
It smells bitter.
Ugh. No thanks. I'm glad you got this. Because my thing is, it's just going to taste like chemicals. Cayenne pepper.
Okay. Drinking it at first tastes like green tea. You get a little hint of the honey. You're like, okay, this is what I'm expecting. Then it quickly all goes away and you just feel pepper on the back of your tongue and the back of your throat. Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
I'll drink one more just to, for science.
Sure. Science reasons.
Do we have do I have that science drop? Oh. We never get to play that stuff, so I would like to play that if we have it. Nope, I got rid of it. All right. For Science. Remember the old Ryan George thing?
Stupid. Yeah. No, thank you.
All right. Second time around. You don't get any of the green tea taste. It's just, it tastes like you put. All right. I'm kind of tasting a little honey. It tastes like maybe you put honey and hot sauce in hot water and just let it sit there and dilute. And that's what it is.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, this is fucking garbage. It's gross. So that's a pass for us. Now, where it's going to get even worse for me and probably you, the visual audience. I found a thing. No, wait, I didn't find this. Somebody gave this to me. All right, this has been here for weeks, so I haven't had a chance to try it, but somebody gave it. It's a soup in a bag kind of thing. A company called Proper Good?
We talked about this.
No, I think you and I talked about it. I don't think we talked about this on the show.
We did, because we looked it up. We talked about it on the last show. Guys, it's been a month. We talked about it because then afterward I went to the store and I found all the other ones. We're going to do a show where we eat them. Or at least I'm going to get the pizza one.
Well, no, I'm doing this now.
Oh, you're going to do it.
I'm doing it now. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to...
See, the audience knows.
Cheeseburger soup.
Yeah,
Lynn in the chat called it. Somebody, I forgot who gave this to me, but somebody dropped this off to me and it said, hey.
Well, they don't like you, for sure.
Look at the bag.
Yeah, that's a gross yellow color.
Hi, Jordan. Yeah, so. All right, we did talk about it on the show.
I pity the fool that eats my cereal.
So, there's like a, ew.
I hope it's chunky. I hope it's super chunky.
Can you see through? No, you can't see.
No, I can't.
Hold on. I don't have
that sounds
here.
Oh, no, thank you.
There's like lumps at the top. Does that help? Does it let you see? No, it doesn't.
None of that helps.
Does that help? You know what? Hold on. Let me try this. Let me kill the light. Okay. Look at that.
Ooh, ew. You can see the chunks.
There's chunks in it.
Better you than me.
Oh, at least I hope it's chunks and not like some kind of like larvae.
Yeah. How long has that been in there?
Oh, no way.
Properly.
Gross. Because I was like, all right, it's just kind of going to be like a cheese thing. And all of a sudden I'm feeling chunks in there.
It's like Raisin Bran. It's got 2 scoops in every bag. 2 scoops of beef.
2 scoops of puke.
I was going to sit there and go, it's weird that you're eating that cold, but then I remembered you used to eat SpaghettiOs out of the can, just straight out of the can.
Yeah, but that was different before they changed the formula and everything.
I know it tastes gross now.
I could eat the SpaghettiOs. The hot dog SpaghettiO ones were my favorite. Even the meatball ones weren't bad.
So upset those are
I
gone.
hated the chicken meatball ones. Those were garbage.
Oh
my God, look at the lumps.
I can't believe you're gonna eat that right now.
It smells like dog food. Or like Dinty Moore. You know, like when you open a can of Dinty Moore or something?
Can of anything. Do you I always get wigged out that like canned tuna and canned chicken smell the same. Like they shouldn't smell the same. Like they're 2 different meats.
Feel free to throw anything up on the chat if it seems.
I don't want to let anybody know. Just kidding. Intersect saying chunks of beef.
Oh, that looks like onion chunks. Oh, that is a piece of onion.
Gross. Jared the Geek saying cold cheeseburger soup sounds awesome. No, it doesn't. Not even at all. Let's see. The company lost millions on a prison food contract, so they're trying new marketing. You know what? You're not wrong. Oh, no, thank you. That looks so gross.
Ugh.
Why are you touching it? Just
I have to.
I mean, have to.
Good. All right, let's get.
There's like saying, throw up anything on the chat. And he goes, I think you'll be the one throwing up, Eric. You're probably not wrong.
That is true. All right. So I have no utensils. So what I'll have to do is use a straw.
Oh my God. This just gets worse. Is that why you went to go get a straw earlier?
That would be the reason.
I thought you were getting like something for water. I didn't know you were going to be drinking cheeseburger soup. How are you going to get the chunks?
I don't know. But here's the thing. You ever try to... All right. Like I drink
right here, buddy.
Yikes-a-roni. All right. I'll write it down.
Do.
I've talked about in the past that I like drinking the chicken broth. They make the containers of drinkable broth.
Sure.
And there's places in Manhattan you can go that like soup places, whatever. And you could buy beef broth, chicken broth, whatever, just to drink it during the winter. It's great if you're sick, all that stuff. But one time I bought the wrong container because it was just up in the same shelf there. And it was a Campbell's thing. It was like the chicken and stars, the drinkable soups. And you go to drink it and it feels like if you threw up in your mouth and didn't spit it all out. But it's going in reverse. That's what I think is going to happen here. God, it just reeks of, I don't know. Snouts. All right, let's try it. Ready?
Lips and assholes. I think what's off-putting is that you're drinking this out of a straw.
Yeah, well, it's got to be done.
I don't like
for
this.
Science.
For Science. Here
Do
we
I
go.
have? I really should be playing the Science thing. Do I have it here?
I don't know.
Come on. Where's the Ryan George stuff? I know I have him somewhere. Nope, I don't. Damn it! Where did all the Ryan George stuff go? I must have moved it to a different bed.
People are saying that you're delaying it.
Oh yeah, I am.
Just drink your soup.
Hold on. Is this it?
Wow.
No, that's not it. All right. I don't know where the Sonic one went. All right. Here we go.
Oh, it's just like,
I think it's stuck. I think there's like a piece of meat stuck in the straw. I can't get it.
Jared the Geek's right. You need a boba straw for the meat chunks. Oh, it's so gross. Oh my God, that's so gross.
I'm going to see if I can reverse it. Hold on.
Are we going to blow bubbles in it? Oh God. You could hear it.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so gross.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Okay, once again, cheeseburger soup. Here we go. No, it's stuck again. Damn it.
All right, just squeeze it into your mouth like a normal human. Oh God, it's so I get it.
That's what your gut's gonna sound like once it. All right, put it back on.
Gross.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Ah. He's like, still better than the Arizona iced tea.
All right. A problem with this is it's more of a texture issue. I think a straw was the poor choice to go with
That's
it.
the problem.
But upon tasting it, it's just bland. Like it's like bland Hamburger Helper. Like not even Hamburger Helper, the dollar store version of the knockoff Hamburger Helper. Where it's essentially the same things, but it has no taste to it. That's kind of what this is. Oh, microwave for 90 seconds. Oh, that will make it better. Somehow fire will make it good.
I've had food that has a different taste and texture once you heat it. I'm sure it will stop it from being congealed in that Capri Sun pouch. Ugh. makes me happy is that now I don't have to go buy the pizza one because you've already done this.
Oh, no, you do.
Damn it.
Somebody had told me, it's like, why don't you have channel point redemptions and stuff? I mean, because we're streaming on Twitch, but we're not doing the full Twitch interface because one, that only benefits Twitch people. You don't see it on everything else. But two, it doesn't make sense to do it on a show. But in something like this
would have been the moment to do it.
If, I don't know, depending on maybe the size, if we get a sizable super chat.
Hey, set a dollar amount to finish that entire thing.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'll take a big gulp. I'll just take the straw out and like shoot it into my mouth.
Ugh.
Porno style. Yeah, I'll say like a $50. $50, I'll do the big gulp on it. $100 to finish the thing. Otherwise, that thing is sitting over here.
Just fermenting further until you get that donation in.
I'll chase it down with a couple of sips of the hot honey.
I'm not gonna lie. I really want you to do this. And if someone is contemplating doing this just to see him do it,
right?
Please wait until like segment 2 where it's been sitting for like an hour and a half. Like don't blow your wad now.
That way.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You can't let him get away with this.
Well, all right. There we have it.
All right.
That is
gross.
terrible.
That's horrifying.
Moving on. Let's talk about stuff we did. Look, my holidays was uneventful. I didn't have a chance to really do a whole hell of a lot, nor did I really want to do a whole hell of a no.
Oh, it's Daddy's Pizza.
It's Daddy's Pizza Soup. Thank you for the $5 Canadian, which is $1.380 in the United States. Thank you very much, sir. Wait, $200 hot cheeseburger soup. No, I'm not doing that. I threw up watching that. Of course you did, guys. Of course you did.
Gross.
Everybody with the sane mentality was throwing up with that. All right, so yeah, Christmas came and went. The holidays came and went. Very busy around the holiday time. Family, kids, people in and out all over the place. The only real problem I think I had was that because of the township schedule that I live in, or the county schedule that I live in, the holidays prevented my recycling from being collected. So I haven't had recycling since December 18th.
They don't just
nope,
put it off to a different day because
they don't schedule. Nope, they won't do any make goods. I've reached out to the town. I've reached out to the recycling people. Nobody bothered to respond. Yeah, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think at least 12 of those blue clear bags full of glass and plastics, and then a mountain of flattened bundled cardboard that I think took up about a fifth of the sidewalk of my front property. And they finally came today. And apparently it's 2 different companies that collect the cans and bottles and that collect the cardboard. The cans and bottles only took everything but 2 bags.
Do you, so for your recycling, do they recycle glass and plastic and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So in my area, because the glass recycling is in Phoenix and I live so far away, they just said, don't even bother, throw it away. It's cost too much for us to transport it to the facility.
No,
we're not going to do it.
It's against the law here. You have to. And they keep tabs. Like if you go a couple weeks and you didn't put anything out there, you'll get a notice. And yeah, because I was away on vacation. I forgot how long ago it was, but I was away for like 2 weeks. I wasn't around. So technically 3 to 4 weeks since collection pickup. And we hadn't put anything out there. And there was a notice sent that was left at my door saying, we noticed you haven't been recycling. It's like, and I just threw it out. I was like, I'm not contacting you. Try to find me. Go ahead. I dare you.
We know where you live, Eric.
Yeah. So they took everything but 2 bags. So like I still have one of the cans is half full already. The cardboard stuff came. God bless those people because they took, we had a bad snowstorm right after Christmas. And I needed a new snowblower. So I went and bought a new snowblower. And that came in a big, gigantic box.
I saw that thing. You had it on a big flat over at like Home Depot or something.
Right. So
don't touch it.
I had the big box and I took it and I had all the other things. I was flattening, packing it, like that thing was jam packed, and then everything else was bundled with duct tape in a night, so it's easy to get rid of. But they took all of that stuff, and God bless them, because the other part of the recycling people, the guys who left the 2 bags, are the ones I've fought for years, because they throw your cans in the middle of the street.
I remember this saga.
And I don't tip them. People. I don't tip them. And that's purposely why I don't tip them. They never listen. I've left notes on the can. I'm like, please just leave the can on the driveway. Don't leave it in the middle of the street. They give 0 fucks, and they put it all in the street. And it's not just mine. Everybody else on my block has their shit just laying all over the place. The garbage men, perfectly considerate. The recycling people, total assholes. So that's why they never get tipped. Outside of that stuff, we did holiday stuff. I went to a Grinch-themed restaurant and a bar.
That was pretty cool.
It was fantastic. The kid loved it. The kid was fighting with the Grinch. Every time he would walk around the restaurant and come back, he'd be eyeing her, trying to steal like her pizza, her iced tea or something like that. And she'd start fighting with him, which was fantastic.
Kind of cool.
It was a great time. Yeah, nothing really was of note because I tried not to go anywhere. We had the snow for a while. It was freezing. It was below. I think we had at least a week straight of where it was below freezing. So there was just no point in going outside to do anything because it hurt to go outside. I was just like, yeah, the rest of the world can go screw. And that was it. I usually have stories of grandeur, something going wrong. Like at the restaurant was perfectly, everything went fine.
Yeah, that's weird because every time you leave the house, I'm assuming something bad's going to happen. Yeah. Like anytime you go to a restaurant, I'm waiting for that story. Something, someone in your family ordered something weird, or you had a bad waiter experience, or you had a bathroom incident. Like why don't you have these things happening?
I didn't have that, but I forgot, and you just reminded me. Christmas presents.
Yup.
I told you, I think at some point, some of the family or somebody in the family might be listening to this show or watching this show. And maybe have heard some of the stories that I've told, because I got an amazing amount of things that I think just say we don't like you anymore, or we're not happy with you.
I feel like for the non-clothing items, most of it should have had the "as seen on TV" label on it. You know what I mean? Like, like it was like you should have ordered it from an infomercial. Just kidding. Now it went to like an outlet mall.
Right. I got a pickle fork that goes around the lid of a jar so that there's always a fork right there when you open the jar to pull a pickle out of there. No interest in that.
Nope.
I was given an adult set of Christmas pajamas. I never do.
This one's my favorite one.
I don't even do pajamas. Like I have like Adidas pants or like these polo pajama pants that I wear. That's it. I don't do pajamas. And it was given this to me, and I looked up, like, seriously. I didn't say anything. I just looked down, and then I looked up, and they're like, "Do you like it?" I said, "Why?" And they said, "Oh, because it's matching." Because the kid was really into the Grinch this year. We did the Happy Meal. She saw the movie for the first time right before the holidays, and I said, "Oh," and then I didn't say anything again. I put it off to the side. It was pants. It was
everything,
and it's like overly. I run hot as it is, but these things were like, if I wore this, I'd be soaking wet because of how much heat.
That's too much.
Yeah, but the slippers are there and the pants are there, and I was like, what am I doing with this? Yeah, don't put the solos up. There's a reason I don't put those up. Then I was given a pair of pajamas with my dog's face on them.
Yeah, that means someone went out of their way not only to give you something that you wouldn't wear, but also customize it in a way that it would make you still definitely not wear them.
Yeah, very nice, but I'm going to do it from back here. It's the dog on peach colored pajamas.
Yeah, I'm going to need pictures for that.
Yeah, those are sitting in a bag waiting for the veterans to come pick up, which they do once a month for clothing and other donations, and they leave you a tax receipt. So both those pajamas are in there. What I did keep was, and it's up on my Instagram, you can take a look, the Simpsons Homer figure where he's sick holding the mildew sandwich. And
Marge, I'm gonna need a moment alone with the sandwich.
Right. And then I got the Jack in the Box Funko Pop. No, Jung, we're not doing a fashion show. No money has come in to do a fashion show. Yeah, so those were good. Some other things were nice. Some of the shirts I was given like were terry cloth or towels, like that towel kind of linen texture. And they're meant to be like polo shirts. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, I go, I don't wear anything maroon. Like I didn't make any sense, and I didn't want to say anything. I mean, it was very nice. It was very thoughtful, but I'm looking at these shirts and I'm like, I wouldn't even wear these to work. Unless it was a dare. Like I might wear that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll save that maroon shirt. Maybe I'll wear it next week.
Here's a deep cut for you. It's just like the shirt Jordan's grandmother gave him of himself. Yes. Thank you for remembering that. I think we talked about it last Christmas where we were talking about bad Christmas gifts, and I was gifted a white custom sweatshirt, just like a Hanes sweatshirt with a picture of myself on it.
Yeah.
It was so bad that I actually had to put it on and take a photo of myself looking terrible. And I think that year I also got playing cards with chihuahuas on them because I owned a chihuahua. Everything that I was always given was always themed to things that live. It was like it was like the extreme home makeover of bad gifts.
Yeah, there we go.
What was I doing with those cards? Yeah, it's terrible.
Look how sad and dejected
wish I still had that. I know, so young, so full of life, no kids yet.
I wish I had this photo. I told you this story, and I've said it many times over the course of this show, that my grandmother, the one I didn't like, gave me a Christmas present one year, and it looks like something she got at a flea market. It was a white pullover sweatshirt that had like a dock and like a lake landscape painted on there, but the dock was like rope glued on top of the painting to make it like stand out.
Like 3D.
And there was like textures on the trees in the background and stuff, like whatever the kind of paint they did on this thing.
Like, and I like a puff paint sweatshirt.
I was somewhere between 5 and 8 years old when I got that. And I looked at this thing and I said, I don't like this. And that caused a huge fucking problem.
I was going to say, do you tend to kind of hide your feelings about a bad gift for people? Like
I do now. I didn't back then. You didn't have a filter as a kid. But you learn.
You have to.
You learn. Sometimes, there's times on here that I tell you, not you, but like I've said things where I don't like it, but to certain people. You
never say it to them, yeah.
It's family. It's hard to do that.
Of course.
And you got to pick and choose your moments. You can't cause a family rift over a bad pair of pajamas, but you can when they order you seafood and you don't eat seafood at a restaurant because they decided to order for you.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that's where you sit there and you start, you shove a fork into the table and you make your stand at that point and saying, I will not tolerate this. So that was it for me. What happened with you?
Well, as we know, the week before I ended up going to Vegas for a work conference, and I thought I was in the clear. I was like, I got away with it. I didn't get sick. No big deal. And then I think you and I briefly were texting back and forth on Christmas Eve. We were both behind the 8 ball as far as wrapping gifts and doing stuff. You're assembling things. You're doing all this stuff. I'm wrapping things.
I built a Barbie mansion, and I will say that seems to be the gift that triumphed over all the other gifts.
Yeah, there's always the one.
Because anybody who comes over now, the first thing the kid says is, you got to see my Barbie mansion.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were both wrapping gifts pretty late into the night. And then later on that night, after I talked to you, I was starting to get that feeling like maybe like something was off. You didn't really feel too good. Excuse me. And then Christmas morning, I felt like garbage, just pure garbage. I didn't escape it. I thought I was going to get away with not getting sick. You had your problems and your stomach problems and all this stuff. I think the week prior, it's just been one of those things. And then, yes, I got sick. So I didn't really do much on Christmas. We opened some gifts, hung out. I was so sick. I don't like to take naps. Like I don't know why that's built into me.
Naps are one of the biggest luxuries in life.
I know, and it's just never been a thing for me. But like I was so sick that I fell asleep on a floor. Like I was just out. Like I fell asleep. So I was just not feeling good. I ended up watching, I think the 3 episodes of Stranger Things that night that were out. Right. I think it was part 5, 6, and 7 or whatever it was. So I did that. And then since then, I've just been dead to the world, man. Like I've been lethargic. I haven't had any energy. My voice would go in and out. Like the more I talked, the worse it would get. I would cough, and I still haven't gotten rid of this cough. And it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it's just the worst. New Year's Eve, didn't do anything. Just hung out with the kids. I barely even watched a ball drop. Like we didn't watch the New York ball drop. We didn't do any of that stuff. People were lighting stuff off here in Arizona, as they always do, but it wasn't like super crazy.
Hang on, but before you continue, I was seeing, where is it? Jared in here. I'm unable to nap. Once I wake up, that's it. No afternoon naps. It sucks. I don't understand that. Like I could nap at any place at any time. If I'm in a car that I'm not driving for longer than 15 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't.
Used to drive my mom crazy when I was younger. She's like, "Wake up!" I go, "Why?" She goes, "Because when you're younger, you're like, you'll never get to sleep later." I'm like, "Bullshit, I won't." And then, when you're older, like in my 20s, and would be driving, and I'd fall asleep, and then I get yelled at because it's rude. I want to talk to you. Well, I don't.
Well, and you're driving.
Yeah.
Pull the car over.
Sorry, go ahead. No,
I'm the same way though. Like I'm the opposite. Excuse me. I can't sleep in a car. I don't sleep on planes. I don't like traveling and sleeping. It's because I got this thing where like you're gonna fall asleep and then you kind of lean forward and then you do this thing where you wake yourself. And it's like next thing you know, you're in a doctor's office. Everyone's laughing at you. Like I just don't. I just physically can't do it. So yeah, I was sick enough where I was just passing out. I was just out. And then like you said, you would be texting me and be like, "Hey, you want to get in chat?" And I'd just be asleep. And this was like, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock my time. And I don't fall asleep before midnight almost on anything.
I know. We were supposed to play Fortnite several times. We were going to try to do some other things. And then it just never happened. Every time I was there, I'm like, all right, Jordan's either mad or he fell asleep.
I was just out. No, it had nothing to do with being mad. I was just dead to the world. So yeah, I'm still kind of battling that. I mean, it's just lingering. It's, I don't feel gross. I just can't seem to stop coughing every now and then. I've been eating cough drops like they're candy. Like it's just one of those things. In fact, last night when I was recording some audio for the show, like I had to drink like 2 cups of hot tea just to try to like mellow everything out enough it would sound something like
Why don't
normal.
you do hot toddies?
I remember, I think a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, you told me to do that. And I liked them. I just didn't, I haven't left the house. Like I barely leave the house to go get anything, let alone.
Oh, you don't have it in the house?
No, I don't have anything.
It's basic stuff other than the whiskey, sure. I guess it's basic stuff, but it's that old the frontier medicine. Yeah. Where it's just hot water, a shot or 2 of whiskey, some lemon juice, some honey, and you just mix it in there. And then you slam it down. You don't it's not like a sipping tea.
Yeah, you just drink it so much that you pass out because you're drunk. Right. You don't feel sick because you're out. No, I've been feeling like garbage. And so, yeah, I haven't really done anything. Like part of it feels nice where it's like, I feel, and I even said this the other day, like I love doing the show. I love doing this stuff, but it felt great not having to worry about, okay, we got to get on. We got this, we got to do this. We got to get prepped for this. And, it's just been nice just to kind of be lazy. And I played some video games on the couch, watched all of the rest of Stranger Things. I didn't really watch a ton of new stuff. I just been kind of binge watching old stuff and just being lazy. Kids are free range at this point. They're just doing whatever they want to do. If they want food, we'll get food. But I mean, for the most part, yeah, I did nothing. And I had a ton of time off of work too. And I just pretty much came back to work this week and just feels like I'm like 3 months behind. So it's just been a weird week to come back and just, I'm glad to try to get back into a routine again. But yeah, I just, I'm over I'm not so much like the Christmas holidays. I'm just over the time off. I don't know why. Like, I think I need stuff.
Again, that is an incorrect assessment. I mean, other than you being sick, you're over that. I get it. But being over the time off is not the right thing to say or the approach to take when it comes to that. Jared in the chat saying, he's like, yeah, everyone needs a break. We didn't, unbeknownst to both Jordan and myself, we did not think, I mean, it was going to be nice to have the time off so we could just do some other things. We didn't think life was going to force us to stop doing everything that we did. And it's not just like it happened to me or happened to him. It happened to both of us.
Yeah, because we were planning on maybe doing some extra recording. We were going to maybe do some other stuff. We had big plans to meet up and, you know, like he said, play some games together. Like we had plans. None of it worked out.
None of it happened.
Barely talk to each other.
Sicknesses were coming in and out. And by the way, like I was seeing all over the news too. It wasn't just like, oh, people in this area, everyone's getting sick. It was just some kind of weird minor epidemic across the country that everyone was just getting sick at the same time. And it wasn't like everybody was getting the same thing.
No, everyone's symptoms were all different. Like it was just all varying.
The first round after Thanksgiving, and mine all came from the kid because she'd go to school, she'd be fine, come home after a couple of days, and then she'd incubators, whatever. So I had just some kind of head cold that wound up becoming a sinus infection. Took care of that. Kid was fine. Everybody's fine. Goes back to school for a couple of days. Comes home. It was a weekend thing. Started throwing up out of nowhere, and I'm thinking, all right, well, she went to a tree lighting event. There was tons of cookies and cakes and hot chocolates and all that. So the kid was indulging and having a good time. So I figured she just overdid it. Oh no, because then the next day I'm prone to, when I get a fever, my body starts freezing. Like I don't get overly hot at first. I start freezing. I shut down. I'm shit. Like you hear my teeth chattering and stuff. Like it's that bad.
Are your teeth dry?
Oh, you have access to that too. My teeth were dry. So I told you, I got to the point where I said, my temperature, like my skin temperature, I was taking the portable thermometer thing the kid has, and my skin temperature was saying it was like 89 something degrees. I was freezing. I was layered up. I had blankets on top. I was under my big comforter, and I was still shaking. I couldn't get it. And then at some point, several hours later, I woke up and everything's ripped off of me. And I'm like soaked. I'm like, oh, did I pee the bed? What happened here? No, that was not the case. It was just my shirt, my sweatshirt, everything else there was so like the fever broke, I guess, while I was passed out. And I just started ripping stuff off because I was so overheated. But yeah, that took like 2 days. And then everybody else in the house was getting like, they had a 5-day run with all of that.
That's nuts.
Kid's fine, goes back to school again for a couple days, winds up missing the last 4 days of school because the kid then got bronchitis and walking pneumonia. Now, I had a bit of the sniffles, but I didn't get anything. Nobody else got anything bad. The kid kind of snapped out of it right like the day before Christmas. Finally, it was all cleared. But that's 3 things in a row. You have your situation where out of nowhere you thought it was coming from Vegas, and then it hit you.
Yeah, because my kids they didn't get sick at all.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not like I caught something from them. I think it's just because I traveled. And it took less than a week to finally filter through or something.
And then that knocked you on your ass. Did you go to the doctor or did you just play it out?
No.
Okay, so you don't even know if you officially had something.
Nah.
You wrote it out. So, but it knocked you on your ass too. And then there's all over the place. You were seeing apparently like the Pacific Northwest is a fucking petri dish. The NBC report I was seeing is like that whole area up there. They are constantly just passing, like you're shaking a hand and saying hello, passing illnesses around like candy. So yeah, it was a weird little epidemic happening. Everybody was getting sick at the same time. And we just were forced to stop. I haven't touched any of this stuff. You haven't touched your stuff. It obviously shows by the quality of the show that we're doing right now. But besides your illness, and you kind of, I mean, you appear better. I haven't seen you in a few weeks. I've talked to you a little bit here and there. You sound a lot better than when I talked to you.
Yeah.
But that was the least of your concerns while you had this time off.
So, Arizona. Okay. So we'll go back a little bit. The West Coast is being hit with some major storms. Like California has been underwater for a while. San Diego's having their issues and things like that. Well, whenever California has their stuff, the way the weather patterns work is that whatever they get ends up coming this way. So for the last couple days, we've been getting tons of rain. Yesterday it rained literally from the moment we go back. It rained a little bit on New Year's Eve. So that's why I thought maybe the fireworks weren't going to be a big deal because there was some rain. No big deal. And then yesterday, Wednesday, as we're doing the show, we had rain all day long, all the way up from like Tucson all the way up to here. Like the whole state was covered. You know, we got snow in the north. We got rain everywhere here. Crazy amounts of rain. And then today it was raining and hailing. So I sent you a video earlier. We were getting hail all morning. And I'm like, what's going on around here? So as we've had conversations over the last couple shows, some of you guys know that I've been having some issues with my roof. We had a big storm back in September. I had a leak in my house, needed to get it taken care of. So I called a place. They came out, looked, said, this is most likely what's going on. Let's go ahead and fix that. Sign the contract. Great. And then it's been months of constant issues, schedule changes, not doing the job, not showing up, not doing anything like that. Last night, rain has been going on all day. I've got the door open, tons of storms coming through, thunder, lightning, everything is frightening me. And
Good
I
on you.
step.
Hey,
you
better knock on wood.
You made me cough. I step into something wet. I'm like, oh my God. And now I've given my dog ice cubes. You know, sometimes she hoards them, and I was like sitting there going, what's going on? And Eric, you know, after I tell Eric about it, he said, your kid's probably pissed on the floor.
I said, did the girl pee on the stairs there? Did you go grab her by the hair and drag her down and rub her nose in it? And
rub her nose in it, hit her with a newspaper. Which is great. I love that Eric's comfortable enough to, you know, involve my kid in some kind of thing like that. And it's always fun. I look up. And this is in my hallway, in the main hallway around the area that we're dealing with the roof repair. I look up, I have a chandelier, not like a grand chandelier, just like a light, hanging light on a chain. It's dripping water.
Can I bring the photo up?
Yeah. So I look up the chain, more water damage, and in a completely different spot from where they started doing the repairs. And I say start because for the last 3 weeks,
that's insane.
They were supposed to come out and replace the tiles that they broke. And they haven't come out to do that. Now, the last time I spoke and saw somebody, he came out to do the final inspection.
It kind of, the pattern
it's at an angle. Yeah.
It looks like a stealth bomber.
A little bit. Yeah. It's all triangled. So they didn't replace the tiles. So I'm sitting there going, this is what's going on. They screwed it up. And you're right. It is an electrical hazard because the water was dripping down the chain into where the light bulbs are, and then it's dripping onto the floor. So now I can't use that light.
You didn't have that light on when you noticed it, right?
Did. So I shut the light off completely.
I was gonna say, good. Yeah, good.
Yes. So I did that. So then I'm like, damn, that sucks. So I sent a very, I would say calm, but still sternly worded text to the project manager. This is like at 9:30 last night, saying, look, this is ridiculous. This is all the garbage that I've had to deal with. It's January and this is still having issues. I need you to call me tomorrow. We have to talk about this. This is ridiculous. I get a text this morning. I can give you a call tomorrow. And I'm like, no, not tomorrow, today. So I call her up and I'm pissed. I'm like, look, and you know, you have a guy coming tomorrow, which Friday, to put the tiles back up, to fix that. However, the storm came through and you guys caused more damage. I need someone out to talk. Is
this what wood container? Is it a tiled roof?
Yeah, it's like the Spanish tile, you know, like the curve. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like, you know, whatever concrete, plastic, whatever it is, rock. I don't care.
What's that up at the top there?
That's the missing tiles that they had never put
behind that like exhaust fan there.
That's a big giant, like all that is like
so that's just what, exposed metal?
It's plastic, whatever tar they put up there, wood and stuff like that.
Oh no.
So that is what is still going on with my house. Now I call them up, pitch them out. He's like, we'll get someone out. The guy comes out finally around 3:30 my time. Now, this is after another rainstorm came through and hail. And she goes, well, we'll see what we can do. And I was like, no, you're getting someone out here today. I don't care if it's a tornado out here. I need someone on my roof and to figure this shit out. I was pissed. So he comes out, gets on the roof, looks around, does all this stuff. Tells me, now, if you want to go back to the other picture real quick. He tells me, yeah, please. He goes, well, all the stuff that they repaired, it's all dry under there. I mean, this is like maybe 20 minutes after a rainstorm. So if there's going to be, wet anything, it'll show. Everything that's in there is dry. All that stuff where the hole is technically is dry. There's no issues. There's nothing. So on this picture, you can see on the far left side, there's that little triangle little area, right? That is where another part of the roof goes straight. And he's saying now, it may be the stucco that is the problem, and that's where the water's coming in, and that's why it's leaking into your house.
They're passing the buck.
Here's the thing. The first guy to do the first inspection said the same thing, and that's what I thought they were fixing. And it turns out that's not the work that they did. They fixed that little area and did some more work down there, and that's it. And so he's like, this is where it's going to happen. I was like, okay, so what's going on? He's like, I have to talk to the project manager. We're gonna figure out what we need to do, and I'll let you know. Oh, by the way, I picked up the tiles. I got all the way here. He picked up the tiles in Tucson, which is about an hour and a half from me. Gets all the way up to my house. They put the wrong tiles in his truck. He still didn't fix the whole stuff there. He's got to come back tomorrow,
Jesus,
with the right tiles to fix this portion. Let alone bring a hose up there once it's dry and we're not getting another storm through here to try to find where the leak is going in. And I get the hot text after he did all this today. And this is very annoying. This project manager, this woman, texts me and goes, Brian said he talked to you, and I don't care. He's shitty Brian. That he talked to you about the stucco, and it is likely the culprit of the leak. I have a stucco guy I can recommend if you like, exclamation point. I wanted to reach through my phone, grab her by the neck, and choke her out. I don't care if you have a stucco. I'm good. Call your stucco guy and then pay the guy to fix my house.
Hold on. I have Jordan's voicemail back to this lady right here. Here's what he said.
Baby, I got the right to bear arms, and I'm going to bear them. These hands are rated E for everyone, and y'all can catch them.
I didn't even respond to that text yet. If I would have responded then, I would have said some stuff that I shouldn't say right now. But I'm pissed off. Like, started this at the end of September. It is now January 8th.
Yeah.
And I am in no better shape than I was when this started. In fact, I've got more water damage, more internal water damage that I cannot fix until the roof is fixed. Because God forbid I did any of this extra work and fixed any of the stuff on the inside, and then this storm comes through and ruined all that extra work. So I've had to wait. I've got gross looking water damage. My house is a shambles right now in that area, and I can't do anything about it until this is fixed. And to be told I've got a stucco guy, fuck you.
Absolutely.
Like, fuck off. Like, I'm glad you have a stucco guy. That doesn't help me because I'm not paying a stucco guy when you told me this could have been the problem. If this was not a repair you guys can make, in good faith, you should have said, this doesn't look like it's a roofing issue. I have a stucco guy. You can call them. They can come out, look at this, and see if that's what your problem is. I would have been okay with that. Right. But now it's 3 months later. I've got more water damage, and I'm no closer to getting this done, and I'm out $3,000.
Big Red Tower in the chat saying, yeah, they introduced black mold into your house that probably didn't have it before.
No.
Andy Hannah in the chat saying this is atrocious work. The eventual mold risk. This is incompetent. Intersect saying these guys have ruined your house.
Like the initial water damage, I get it. It was a problem with the roof, and I'm not blaming them for some of it, but the damage over the lamp, some of the new water damage, and then all this shit on my roof. I guarantee you, this repair that could have been done wasn't what they fixed. They just said, "Okay, let's just replace this. Charge me," and that probably didn't even need to be done. Because if that is really what the problem was to begin with, none of what they fixed needed to be fixed.
Can I ask you to tell everybody every step of the way when you wrote me a new update about what was going on your roof? What was my response to you?
Call a lawyer.
I mean, every time I didn't want to hear it. I know he has to go through the motions. He has to do all this stuff. Believe me, I understand. But I kept saying, call a lawyer. Get them on this as it's happening. To come out and see this, get a consultation, make notes, and then if this doesn't get resolved, that lawyer is well aware of everything and can start right away with all of this stuff. Yeah,
look, I texted you last night that I sent you the audio for the other stuff that we were doing, all this stuff. And then like not 10 minutes later, I sent you a text. You would not believe what's happening now. And I sent you that picture of the ceiling. I was like, the roof that still hasn't been completed is leaking in another spot because they fucked up and I haven't finished the job. I'm so fucking pissed off right now. Your response, call a lawyer.
Yep.
I'm like, I just sent a text to the project manager. I'm calling them in the morning. He goes, do it. I'm just like, yep. And I sent you what I sent her. And you're like, if they fail to comply, then legal advice will be needed. I was like, yeah.
Intersect saying this is the play that these fuckers are doing. I know a guy.
Yeah.
Ian Bubs in the chat saying this is beyond bad service. 2 months to patch a roof is ridiculous.
Well, the thing is,
Stevie Daughtry saying these roof people seem like liars. I'm willing to agree with you, Stevie.
Yeah,
they do seem to not be on the up and up.
Well, and this guy was like, and he was really nice. And like, he didn't come do the original inspection. He wasn't one that did the work. So I'm not going to yell at this guy, but I was not happy. And I was telling him, like, I told him the timeline. I told him everything I'm telling you guys. And I was like, look, I'm starting to get real fucking pissed off about this shit. Like, what are you guys doing? And he goes, well, I have to talk to the project manager. And I was like, well, what's our next steps? He goes, well, I got to come back tomorrow to bring the right tile. I was like, so you don't even have the right tile. This is the whole point you're here. He goes, yeah, they loaded the wrong ones in there. And I was like, I even told him, I was like, your company is incompetent. Like everything that you're doing is it's like you take one step forward, 3 steps back every time I talk to you people, So, I was pissed off and I told him like, look, the guy that did the inspection told me exactly where he thought maybe the leak was coming from. Why wasn't that the work done? And he goes, well, I wasn't here for the inspection. I was like, I don't care. You're here now. I was pissed. I was like, if you're going to be here, you have to represent your company. What is going on? And, he apologized. He goes like the roofing business in Arizona is hard right now because of all the, and I hate to get political, but
all the ice roofs that need to be fixed.
All the ice crackdowns. He can't keep crews going. He can't get all the illegal Mexicans or even any legal Mexicans. I know. That's what I said.
That's probably is the reason, but also they do a lot of contract.
I understand. But I told him, I looked him in the eye and I said, I understand, but that is not my problem. You guys signed a contract to do work. You have to do the work. I don't care about your practice, your problems, your thing. And if you had communicated any of this stuff at any point in a way that made me understood these are what's delaying it, then I would understand. Right. But you guys have not just didn't even show up, wouldn't even say that you didn't show up. And then when I have to reach out to you, that's when you give me the reasons and the excuses. And I shouldn't be having to do that. If you have something on your schedule and your crew doesn't show up, your project manager, your customer service, whoever should be the first one to either text, call, or email me and say, look, there was a delay. It was out of our hands. We apologize. We're going to get this done. What's your next availability? And then I would be like, yeah, that sucks, but at least you're communicating the situation.
Yeah, they're not acting in good faith, at least with communicating with you. It just seems like they'll say one particular thing that's in their playbook to get you off the phone.
Right.
And then hopefully this will be the time that he's so annoyed that he won't come back and say anything or just deal with it.
Yeah. So
Intersect was saying, he's like, now don't forget the wall damage now, because it's not just the ceiling. It's what you
so
got down the wall.
damage.
Yeah. Can I give you a little piece of advice?
You may
Call a lawyer.
Yeah, I'm going to. Like, trust me. Like, I needed someone to get out here to see what we can do first. It's not that I'm adverse to calling a lawyer. I mean, I still got to work a job. I still got to do all this stuff. I'm yelling at these people. A lawyer's not going to come and patch it to stop the leak. You know, like there is a unfortunate timeline I have to somewhat follow. But it's ridiculous. Like it's constant with these people, and I'm starting just to really get like tomorrow when this guy shows back up.
Right.
I'm going to point to this text from his project manager. Go, this is unacceptable. I'm not responding back to her right now because for her response is, well, I know a guy that'll fix that. Yeah, you should have done that a while ago. When they cracked my ceiling and said, well, you know, when you're working on roofs, that may happen. You have like a 10-year-old house. Sure. But when I heard that you guys dropped something on my roof and then that shows up, that's you doing it. That's not just I'm walking around. I'm a 250-pound fucking roofer. That's you dropped whatever not? Shit. I'm not. No.
Wow. You give that impression.
Yeah. Well, tell that to my insurance who decided they didn't want to give me one of those, what is it? Wegovy or whatever pens. You
looked into that?
I did. Just to kind of like jumpstart everything. Like I'm eating better. I'm already down 10 pounds. I'm happy trying to just do it the normal way. But I was like, if I can get a jumpstart and the insurance is going to pay for it, why not? And they're like, no, we're not going to do it for weight loss. But if you were obese and have sleep apnea, I'm like, you realize that like if you got me thinner, I wouldn't have health issues, which means I wouldn't be using your insurance. Like health insurance is stupid.
Yeah.
But like this is kind of this is ridiculous.
The chat has some questions here for you, Jordan. Okay. Preston in the chat saying, what's the scope of the work in the contract? Doesn't it lay out what they're supposed to do?
Yes. And the thing is that I think in the scope of the contract, they are saying that whatever area that they fixed was the problem. But when I spoke to the guy originally that came out and did the inspection, we had talked about that area. And he even used the word fashing, which is like some of the metal pieces right where the stucco is at and things like that. And he told me about that. So I just assumed that was in there and that was the work that they were going to do. I'm not going to sit there and watch the guys patch the roof. Like, do your job. I'm going to assume that you guys are professional. You're here to do your work. I'm not going to sit there and supervise. That's not my shit. But I thought that's the work they were doing. And then this guy goes up there today and goes, yeah, it looks like this could be a thing. And I'm like, no shit. That's what you told me the first time.
Right.
So now I'm sitting there going, then what did you guys do? And again, it comes down to if that was really where the problem lies, what repair did you guys really do? Because you didn't do a repair because none of that was probably broken.
Jared in the chat is saying that they just took your tiles and are going to bring them back to put them up. They're probably not even new ones.
Who knows? All I know is that they brought the wrong color today. So we'll see how tomorrow works. Maybe they're going to take the night to spray paint it all.
I don't get
it. I've got black mold in the house. I don't need black tiles on the house.
Wow, why is it got to be?
I have black neighbors.
Why is it got to be about?
Yeah, Jared the Geek saying flashing.
I'm so scared of black people.
I can do it too, Tukey.
What's up, my? Yeah. So flashing is the metal in the valley around the vents. Yes, and there is an area because this is at an angle where the stairs are on the inside. So like this picture here that you're looking at is looking downward toward my front door. So you can see that the water is rushing downward. And that's why I assumed it's coming from where they didn't put the tiles up. But if he's saying it's coming from that area where the flashing is, because there's a part of the stucco and then the roof, there is that metal stuff. It's ridiculous. And it's just like, for her to just immediately text me back today, right at like when closing time is for her, and just say, I got a stucco guy. I'm like, I can't respond to this right now.
Jung saying, so you're saying you wouldn't recommend them?
I would not at this point comfortably recommend this company.
Now, with every dark cloud comes a silver lining, my friend.
Oh, is there a silver lining?
There is. Television's Adam Bush is here. Hello, Adam. And he says, this is the best way to get rid of those goddamn fiddlers. Jordan is Buffy superfan #1.
Which is hilarious. Oh my God, that's funny that you even say it because guess what I've been rewatching?
Buffy?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm on season 2.
Well, then we should have Adam on because I'm sure he'd love nothing more than to talk about his time on Buffy for the umpteenth time.
Yeah, I just watched the episode where Buffy's old-time friend from LA came in and wanted to be a vampire because he's got leukemia or fucking cancer or something. I'm like, oh, you people.
I will say this.
Very dramatic, that show. I loved it.
Sidebar with Buffy. Buffy has one of the scariest monster scenes that I've ever seen.
Which one?
It's the one
Was it the frat house snake guy?
No. Are they called the Silence? The white face that would float around?
I told that to my daughter. I was like,
is that what they're called? Or is that the Doctor Who character?
I think there's a Doctor Who. I don't know what they're called, but yes, the whole episode has no sound except for those little chattery dudes.
And there's just a scene where somebody's in a house and they're looking out the window and you see one on the floating down the street over here. And as they do that, one comes this way looking into the window with that grin on its face.
Creepy.
And I remember watching that and to this day, it's one of the scariest things that I've seen. And it's just so simple.
Yeah.
And
no, it's one of my favorite ones.
Nothing complicated to it. No CGI, no jumps. I mean, it's essentially a jump scare.
Yeah.
But it's just a simple passing with the thing looking at you as it goes past the window. One of the scariest things. It also has one of the most terrible episodes I've ever seen in my life, and that was the all musical one. Where
I knew you were going to say that. It was like season 4 or 5.
We walk into the fire. Shut up.
Once more with feeling.
And that was in the 90s when they were just starting to dabble with the full theatrical Broadway
they did
style
it on Scrubs and No, see, what's rough about watching them now is that I'm streaming it. You can catch it on Hulu. So you're watching it through like the Disney Plus app. You're watching Hulu. And I don't pay for the commercial free. So it's like I'm getting commercials, which makes me feel like I'm watching it back when it aired.
Does it suck having to watch it on Hulu after, you lent out your TiVo to somebody and they had it updated and erased your entire collection of Buffy episodes?
Okay. That sucks. I heard that they may not getting a sequel to that. That bums me out.
To what? Naked Gun?
Yeah. They're probably not going to make a sequel now.
Wait, why?
Because it just didn't do well enough.
It was actually pretty good.
I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, rewatching Buffy stuff on streaming is all standard def, and it is incredibly hard to see.
Wait, that show was shot on film, and they did not have it in standard def?
There's no.
They only had it in SD?
There's no HD versions. I mean, like Scrubs did the same thing where like the first like 7 episodes were all... or 6 episodes, 6 seasons, were all like standard def. And then they finally got like HD like later on in the run. I don't think Buffy ever got an HD.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
So I've been rewatching that because I watched the movie with my daughter and then we started watching the series together just to kind of show her the things that I was into. Anyway, so yes, that's a nice little sidebar. But yeah, I'm right now, my plan is get these guys out tomorrow to try to figure out what's going on, see what my next steps are. Yell at the guy tomorrow, and then I'm definitely going to be looking into some counsel and see what I need to do. And then the second everything's all nice and done, I will tell everybody who this company is, and they can just do whatever they want with that information. Well, yeah, I'm so incredibly frustrated, and
I empathize for people with these kind of house situations. Remember, few
like
years ago,
3 years ago.
I think it was a little bit
I think it was like at least 3 years ago.
When we had the hurricanes back to back and caused flooding in the house. It caused flooding at the studio. Like everything was just a fucking mess.
Yeah.
That was very costly, minus the FEMA, which they give you next to nothing.
Right.
And the homeowners insurance and everything else, where they try to say, well, that's an act of God and you can go out of your ass. You're going to give me the money that I've been paying for so many years and never had to call on you for this stuff to fix this fucking thing because the water table just decided to go haywire. And
I remember that year you had to do that twice. So you had the original run where it was an issue
within a few months,
and then you had to do it again, and you just had to gut everything.
Mm-hmm.
It sucked because I remember you showed me things with like a poster with like a bunch of signatures that had water damage halfway up.
Yeah,
like,
that was, and that kills me too because that was a gift from Brian Shea, our pal Brian Shea from Game Informer, who, by the way, congratulations!
Oh my God, yes, thank you.
Now I'll tell you something real quick, and then I'll get back to that. in the middle of his trip. He was in Tokyo and then went
Japan,
to all these different outer areas of Japan. And there was just a photo with him and his now fiance. And I looked at it. There's if you look at the photo, there's really nothing in there that would lead you to this conclusion. But it just seemed odd to me, the pose they were in, right?
Yeah.
And I said, hey, because also I was leaning on him to try to find an avant-garde shirt for me while he was
I remember that, yeah.
And I was talking about it. I was like, it looks good. I said, I got to ask you. And then I said, hold on. Let me see if I can find exactly what I wrote him. But I figured it out before they even made it public. And I didn't mean to. Like, it wasn't.
Oh, no. You ruined it?
No, I didn't ruin it. Oh, yeah. So while he was there, I was checking in about the avant-garde thing. I also found that Game Informer, a physical magazine, is back in Barnes & Noble's.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I was in there getting some Christmas shopping. I walked over by the magazines. I was like, oh, and I picked one up and I sent him a photo. I said, hey, look what I just got. And he was happy that they're in all the stores. I sent him a link to this. There is this bar where it's like a samurai bartender, and he does all this stuff where he has a mini knife and he takes a big square of ice and he's doing this whole thing.
Oh, I love that guy.
And chops the ice into like a diamond so it fits in these cups, and then it's just this presentation. He drops this liquid that goes on fire. Yeah, he's doing all of this stuff. And I said, you should try to find this place if you're there. And he said, I'm ahead of you on that. And he goes, it's impossible to get in. The wait list on it is like months to come see this guy.
Oh, yeah. It's like the sushi guy out there, Jiro, who is just a staple in that community. Like you have to like book that thing like years in advance.
And I was trying to find ways for him to con his way in there. And, he's got a Latin girlfriend.
Yes.
Fiance now. Very lovely lady. And he said, I've been trying for 2 months to get a reservation. They book up immediately. I said, tell them your girlfriend is a big pop star in South America. Try to see if he can find
that would be funny.
Yeah, just, put her in some bedazzled pants because it's Tokyo. It's, J-pop, K-pop, all of that stuff. They would believe it. This, a rather attractive Spanish lady is there with a guy like him. And you would she has to be a superstar if she's with a guy like that.
So funny.
He's laughed and he's like, yeah, it's a bummer. I've been trying for months, can't get in. He's like, I tried everything. I have the blue check mark. I tried, using his work stuff. Nothing works. And I said, do they have a standby line? And he said, I heard you can go several days. I'm on in advance to ask in person for future days, but it's out of the way enough that I couldn't swing it without derailing our plans. Then some time goes by and I said, look, it's none of my business, but out of my personal curiosity, I got to ask you, looking at this photo here, is something happening that I should be aware of? And he went, what? And I was just like,
shut up.
Said, are you proposing? And he's like, why do you think that? And I said, I don't know. It's something about the way this photo looks. I don't know if you did it yet or if this is, an after photo or something. I'm like, I just have a feeling. And he started laughing. He goes, yeah, I did. He goes, but we're not making it public yet for whatever reason. They're on vacation and all that stuff. I wasn't good. They were there for Christmas and New Year's and stuff.
Yeah, they were there for fantastic. 2-3 weeks.
I was like, I'm not there to ruin everything. It just, I had an inkling.
Right.
And I said, I know nothing. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. And then a few days ago, they made the announcement on social media and I pretended I had no idea. I was like, oh, this was a long time coming. Congratulations. It's about time and everything. And he just wrote, yeah, with a bunch of laughing stuff. But anyway, congratulations to Brian Che.
That's
what
awesome.
What was I went off the rails here.
We were talking about that Brian Shea got you that poster that got ruined by the water.
That's what it was. So because of his video game connections, and I love Portal, the video they're by Valve. I love the Portal franchise. This was a long time ago. He was doing a big cover story for Portal 2. That poster was signed by everybody that worked on the game. including the voice talent. So you have the lady who's GLaDOS. You had Stephen Merchant on there who played the other. I forget.
Do you have Cave Johnson?
Wheatley?
I think it was Wheatley.
Yeah. And then some of the other people on there. I don't think it had him. I don't think it had. What's his name? J.K. Simmons. But I do have is the Portal T-shirt of Cave Johnson. I love where it says, "If life give you lemons, you throw the lemons back." Like that whole diatribe is in there.
Yeah.
I had him. We posed with the shirt. He signed the shirt for me. I have to get that framed. I have all that stuff. But yeah, that poster got ruined from the flood, and I was really pissed off because that was one of my favorite things that I had. It was just artwork from the game, and everybody signed that, and it got ruined from all of that. Long way to go. But congratulations.
Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What the hell am I supposed to do with these?
Take it back. Throw it in their face. Whatever.
Damn to see Lice Manager.
Those Cave Johnson clips are hilarious. Go on YouTube and find it. Or go back and play the game and have a good time with it.
The game's great.
Anything else happen with your time off? Because we have some other things we got to get to.
And that was pretty much it. Like, I just I deal with house stuff and that's it. And we got a 3-day weekend coming up that honestly I can care less about. We had too much time off, like I said. And then no vacations, no time off from work for not all the way till May. So.
That sounds like that bullshit people that want to talk, like present that they're better than you and they're more, they have a better drive than you for a lot of things. Like no days off. It's like, fuck you with your no days off.
I work from home, man. It's just, I just don't do anything.
No, but when it's for anything, no days off. You got to do this all the time.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that mentality.
No,
take your days off.
You need some days off.
Use your PTO.
Right. Screw that noise and that mentality. All right, moving on to some other things here. We talked about the YouTube subscribers. Oh, real quick, I want to touch on Grok. If you're not familiar what Grok is the AI device that Elon Musk created.
Yeah.
And is infused with Twitter right now. It's its own entity as well, but it's infused with Twitter. And for some reason in the last week, it's been going, somebody got the inkling to start using Grok to change people's photos out of their clothes. Mm-hmm. There are guardrails in place that you can't do nudity or what have you, but it is doing implied nudity. And the problem has been that when I first started seeing it show up, it would be, hey, Grok, it was somebody posting some girl's photo. And it's like, put her in a black cocktail dress. And then you'd read the replies under it. You'd see Grok did it. Mm-hmm. And then you would see, hey, Grok, put her in a bikini made of a packing tape. And all of a sudden there'd be the girl in a clear taped bikini.
Right.
And you're like, wow, that's pretty much borderline making this thing nude. And then put her in a thong bikini. I've seen, hey, Grok, turn her around and do this. And it does it. And you're like,
it's creepy.
Oh my God, right? Then
really
the OnlyFans girls, Fansly girls, whatever, those types.
They leaned into that quickly.
Oh, yeah. Started posting their own because when it's like, hey, Grok, put me in a bikini from this angle. And she'd be like laying back with her feet up on a table or something. And you look at him like, wait a minute, what? And then you click on the Twitter account. It's the Twitter account of the person in the photo. They're doing it now to promote, which if you're going to exploit a loophole, smart on them. Like the porn industry, maybe not so much anymore, but the OnlyFans influencer industry really has got the idea. They really know how to hop on a marketing trend, whether it's illegal or not. They know how to get some traction on it. So kudos to that. But you'd start seeing a lot of these girls that either some post risque stuff or some post, what is it called? Implied. I think.
Yeah, it's an implied nudity or implied. Yeah,
they don't post anything. They use that to lure you into hitting the link in their bio to go to their not YouTube, their OnlyFans, the fan. There's like a third one now that celebrities are using.
Fansly, there's
is it
OnlyFans. I forget it.
I saw a couple of like female actresses, like one was Bella Thorne, and I forgot who the other two were.
Weird,
but it's like a celebrity platform now, which seems to be like, oh, I'll tell you stories, and you'll see my makeup tutorials, and then maybe my tits will fall out, something like that. Anyway, so they hopped on this.
I thought we weren't going to talk about our next project, Eric.
It happens. The Grok thing's going on, and then I start seeing TMZ stories come out, and apparently it was worse than I thought, because now there were people who were filing complaints and stuff with Elon Musk, with Grok, however you reach out to them outside of tweeting on the account,
right?
That people were taking photos of other. Imagine like taking a girl from high school, right? That you had, and you're like, oh, I'd like to see her in a thong bikini. You post that up there and ask Grok to do it. It would do it, right? So these women were complaining, and then TMZ's digging into it a little bit. I should have no, I didn't pull it.
There were what really started this scandal is that someone was, and I definitely, we don't condone this at all. We're taking the girl that was in Stranger Things, the younger girl, the Mike's younger sister, the one that became kind of
Haley? No, Holly?
Holly. And they were starting to do stuff like that with her.
Ew.
And because there are
so that brings
no guardrails.
So then that brings up the other part with the TM. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
No, that's fine. But yeah, that's where it started getting real. Like people started really kind of paying attention to it, because people were.
I didn't know that.
No big deal. Yeah.
I didn't know that, because the TMZ video that I saw, and I should have pulled it. They were talking about the women thing and people posting women, and like that sucks. But at least you're thinking, well, they're of age, even though that's terrible to do. Then the follow up on that thing was that, and then people that were questionable and possibly under the under legal age having their photos altered. And I went, oh, because that just opens up. They had the guardrail on there for nudity, but that opens up a lot of problems for fucking perverts and really terrible people if they start doing younger people's photos, kids, that kind of shit. Like it's what is it called, opening a gateway into all of that crap.
Fucking weirdos.
So I guess I read this third hand from another thing. So I guess Elon has said that they were made aware of it. They were making adjustments to fix all of that, whatever. It's still going on.
Oh yeah, no, you could still do it. I did something earlier today just to see if it worked.
We're not showing that.
Which I'm not going to show.
Okay. I draw the line. Oh, hey, Chris. How are you, pal? Subdivisions. Yeah. Happy New Year, my friend. I draw the line with Grok put Jordan in a bikini. Well, that's up to you, Jordan, if you want to show that. But
stick around between segments. Maybe I'll pop it up so it doesn't show up in the show.
Would it be okay? Like, I didn't pull any photos because I was really like, I don't know. This is too much of a gray area for me to chance even doing that. But maybe I won't. I'll just point you in the direction. The German girl that we're very fond of,
the one that has stuff falling on her constantly.
Now she's advanced into other things where she's out on the street and people are stealing her stuff. They smack her phone out of her hand and it goes down a drain. She set herself on fire trying to make toast. Like she's
that's funny.
She's doing what you should be doing. Yeah, she gets all the money and the views for the risque and the nude stuff, but her content to get you there is actually well done and it's very funny. She's got
personality, and that's what makes it a little bit different than the.
And you could say, you're just saying that because she's a pretty blonde girl. Yeah, but she makes this shit.
Yeah,
or she buys it.
Oh, it's Reinhardt.
Yeah, and then like you can see her there as she's assembling the.
That's impressive because that probably doesn't weigh little. That's a lot of weight in those, just the legs.
So, here's the thing that she was talking about. There was a video on Instagram, but this is on her Twitter account. She used a blowtorch to make toast because her toaster was broken, and then lit like the glove under her hand on fire.
That's so funny.
So look her up. It's Supered One, SURPERD, or Super Done, however you want to pronounce it. But the O is a 0. So it's Super D0NE. Twitter or on Instagram for her stuff, but on Twitter, I think she took it down. She had put stuff up there, was asking Grok to put her in like into more clothing. Like put me in
I've seen that where you see the OnlyFans girls doing that, saying, hey, put me in a bikini in this pose. And then people are under there going, hey, Grok, put them in more clothing. Hey, Grok, put them with a family.
Those are
that
bots,
loves them.
by the way. Because I would look, I'm like, what? And they're guy accounts. And you're like, what guy is doing this? And you go and
But
look.
it's funny.
No, here's what it is. It is funny. But when you look on those accounts that are saying, put her in respectable clothing, or they're coming in like moral police. There are these accounts that if you look at their account, they're trying to spam you, sell you into somebody that's supposedly an investment guru for some kind of cryptocurrency or whatever. It's all those bot accounts that are getting into whatever's trending. They adjust their interactions based on whatever's trending. So if everyone's saying, put her in this bikini, put her behind a glass window, put her all of this stuff there, these guys will go, put her in some decent clothing, put her in a schoolgirl outfit, put her in in a church thing. Like, you're like, who are these assholes?
Put her in a situation where she doesn't have daddy issues.
Yeah.
Like,
nice. Who are these party ruiners that are, putting this stuff out, and they're all bot accounts, or because they're not foreign accounts in the sense of
show me your boobs.
Yeah, you get those. Oh, I'll pull that up. You get those guys who are just, potential sexual assaulters for women, where all they do is just scream and yell and berate women, and they say the most terrible shit online to women in their accounts. Anyway, so this is still going on, the Grok thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure out, you figured out a way, and we're not going to show those, but I was trying to figure out a way. I'm like, how do we use this since this is happening? How do we use this to our advantage for the show? And I was sitting and going like this. I'm like, there really is no advantage for this right now. Unless Zia still worked on the show, but she's in that industry. So she, if you paid her enough,
you just all you have to do is just go to her Instagram account. You can pull it. You don't have to have Grok make it happen.
Yeah, go to her account. You pay her enough, she'll probably do a custom photo shoot for you. So it's like, it's not even worth doing that anymore. But if Giddles was still on the show, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but his would be like a meat bikini, for his business.
Yeah, or just put him wearing.
Damn it, I'm gonna have to do it.
Put him wearing an apron and nothing else. That kind of thing.
That would be funny.
All right, so there's that with Grok.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Let's see, what is this here? Olorette says, if only Zia would acknowledge it. Yeah, she doesn't. She's still friendly and stuff, but when she left, she's never wanted ties to the show again, which is fine. No big deal. Wood Pitt saying Groypers would be doing the clothes things like a year ago. Yeah, but it wasn't. It became a fever pitch within a week. Like out of nowhere, it just started building up. Maybe not out of nowhere. I don't know if the Stranger Things example was what led to this. I know that's what
it's definitely what put
a
it
lot
in
of outrage.
It definitely put it into more the spotlight,
right?
Because I didn't know this was even a thing. Like I would see ones where it's like they show like Trump and somebody else and be like, hey, take out the guy that is on the Epstein list, and then look, Trump's not in the picture. I get it.
I'll put this out. Jordan's got a roof to pay. So if you get a $50 super chat, Jordan will show the AI bikini thing.
Yeah, live on the show, and it'll stay in the show.
There you go.
So funny.
All right. Because I want to play you some new drops that I have, and then we're going to do the CES stuff because I have some videos to show you from CES. Not everything, just a couple of quick things that are of note from what happened at this year's Consumer Electronics Show. But I was going through the vast pile, and this, I'm telling you, this isn't even it, all of it. The vast pile of Post-it notes that are all over my console here of ideas. Clip this from a movie, clip this from here, go to this podcast. Here's the time code. Take this thing from here. That's how we got get a lot of these things. I've been trying to go through it, and you're like, you know what? These things are just, it's piling up. And we need to get more drops and things onto the show here. And I did have that. I had a Stuttering John one where he says, I'm just sitting here wanking. And I'm like, why would you say something like that? But, Dum Dum says a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff in the John saga that, we're not going to cover it. We just enjoy it from afar. But there's a lot of drops that make sense on other people's shows that they're hilarious, but they just don't make sense to use for us. So I'm still looking for No, I can't find it. I guess I didn't load it in there. Where he's just like, I'm just sitting around here wanking was hilarious. I was like, all right, that can be taken out of context. Do you remember? I think we did this. Did I play the Tim Waltz press conference before we went on vacation?
Telling people that people keep driving by his house.
Right. So now it's a regular drop here. Check this out.
I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word.
I don't know why that resonated with me so much, but it's just so funny that Tim goes out to get the mail. You know, he walks out to go to work and there's just cars driving past yelling the R word at him. It just painted such a funny visual. And then, of course, you know, since then, so much has been happening in Minneapolis and in Minnesota, where he's now stepped down from the gubernatorial race. So he's not running for governor. He's like, I'm here to straighten all these things out. No politician steps down from re-election to help to straighten out the good name of a state or a town or whatever that stuff. They do that while in power, or at least attempt to. You don't step out of an election when you're the front runner. I'm assuming he was the front runner for his.
He's the incumbent. He's, you know, it's pretty much, you know.
No, but Minnesota's always been a very liberal state, so I
understand. I just, you know, you have a higher chance. You have a higher chance if you're the incumbent because you've been doing the job.
So one of two things are in play. Either one, the Democrats behind the doors forced him to step down because he might not be polling well, and there might be somebody else that they could put in. They may look. They all know this shit in advance. There's probably something that's saying you're not going to win this election. Let's put somebody else in there that could possibly try to win the election. Kind of like what they did with Biden.
There's some possible fraud going on that he may be linked to, and that's probably why the person that's taking his place actually has a better chance. And it's funny, Young is bringing up something that I was actually just about to mention, bring back Ventura. He was actually filmed coming out of his old high school, his alma mater that he graduated in 1960.
I went to high school.
Here's the thing. He's like, Ventura only got one term. I'm for a second. And I'm like, oh my God. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do that, but he definitely mentioned it. I think it was a clip from today or yesterday.
There is a movie coming out. I saw the trailer recently. It's about this guy who I'm guessing he's in his 30s, and he traces back his life. He's had a miserable life. When he traces back his life to the point where he thinks where it all went wrong, and it was when he lost the race for class president. So as an adult, he convinced his father that he's going back to high school to run for class president again, and that's going to turn his life around.
I mean, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it's called Re-Election.
Okay.
Political comedy about a 40-year-old high schooler going back to try to win class president in order to turn his life around. Yeah. So I don't know if it's out yet. Tony Danza's in the movie too. Tony Danza plays his dad.
Angela?
But yeah, that kind of reminds me of that.
That's crazy.
Imagine that's what the Jesse Ventura story and going back, coming out of his high school. I'm running for class president.
I'm running for class president. Coming back up from my house in Monterey Bay.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Wood Pit with the classic Jim Norton line, "Shut up, you and your riff-raff Rocky Horror hairdo." Yeah. Fantastic.
But yeah, he was. Yeah, there was a nice clip of him saying he might go for his second term. I'm like, good for you, you idiot. You're not going to get
I'd vote for him. I can't vote.
Oh, sure.
For him, I would love to see it because why not? Everything else is all.
It's all a joke. It's all wrestling again.
But this is just another clip that we have on the ready anytime we want to do
I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word.
The R word.
The R word.
Nope. Gotta love it.
Where's the other one? We had that one where it said the girl's a very pretty retard.
I remember that one. Holy shit.
Yeah, where is that one?
Who knows?
Do I have to is it in the wrong folder? Do I have to move it?
It might be.
I think the movie was called, was it Pretty Young or Pretty Young, Pretty Girl? I forget what it is. Here it is. Poor Things. It stars Oscar Isaac. I forgot who is it a Wes Anderson movie?
No, it's man, you're like all over the place. No, it's Mark Ruffalo and it's Emma
you're right.
Stone, and it's about her being kind of like a Frankenstein's bride type chick, and it was directed by Yorgos Lanthimos.
Wow, I was way off.
I was going to say none of what you said was correct in any way.
And may God have mercy on your soul. But yeah, this was the clip.
We were all dumber for listening to this.
Wait, hold on.
What a very pretty retard.
Yeah. Because he's just staring there and he's like fluffing the side of her hair. And you're like, that is such a weird, creepy thing to say, but also equally hilarious. So yeah, we have that in drop, and we also have
People driving by my house and using the R word.
the audio version of that.
That's good.
In that vein, we have this.
The next time you're mad at a woman, just remember, she's probably retarded. It's not her fault.
So that was
that's a good one.
That was the same girl, Piper Presley, who did the video that brought us the caramel girls.
Yeah, Caramel Girls.
Yeah, she does weird shit like that. So when I saw that video, I was like, all right, we'll be doing that. I loaded that twice. So nice, we played it twice. What is this one here?
Hey, why don't you play something gay, you bum?
Oh yeah, that was an old movie that just showed up on YouTube. It was some old clip, and it was they were like in a gymnasium or something, an auditorium. This was like a 40s, 50s movie. And then I just watching the clip, and he says this.
Hey, why don't you play something gay, you bum?
And it was a guy who's a violinist or something. He was like, play something uplifting, whatever. And I go, well, by today's standards, that's not what that means.
Nope.
So I have that. I have, let's see, I have this.
Why is my stupid girl brain so stupid?
Quite a folder you got there.
I know. It's fantastic. All right. So we have that. I have, you know how we did the accidental sex ads or the accidental sex things in commercials? To recap, we have the overnight oats.
Cream pie. Trust me, you need this in your box.
That's the high standard for this bit. Where are the other ones that we had? This was for it's like the Ozempic thing, but I guess the medical name is GLP-1.
Yes.
Is the name of the drug. So this was some kind of knockoff or other kind of thing. It's not an official Ozempic kind of thing. It's just using that. Row. It's called Row.
That's a company that actually prescribes it. Like they make you go through all the shit and then they prescribe it. So they're not an actual drug. They're like a platform.
Oh, okay. Well, this was from their ad.
I'm not quite sure how something that's just a little tiny prick can be so powerful in so many different ways.
Right.
So good.
So we had that. We had the guy eating the Jimmy John Pickle Witch.
It's so hard. It's so huge. You can't get your mouth around it. It's too much.
You have that. Those stupid phone game ads that are on YouTube.
Oh, yes. I remember that guy.
The one that's going on right now, if you're watching gamers or game-related content on YouTube, the ad pops up and it goes, guys, I've been playing this game for 3 days and I've removed every other app off my phone. Like, it's the same line, but it's different people saying the same shit for the same shitty game over and over. But before that, it was this.
He's trying to enter from the...
Nope, that's the short one. Here we go.
The Red Gooner gang just brought the Rizzler to edge me. He's trying to enter from the backside. Come on, yes.
It's like, he's getting it.
He's terrible.
We also had the thing from WWE with Chelsea Green.
I have never been creamed on like this before.
That's a good one.
Yes. We had the nibbler gobbler thing or whatever it is.
I'm not always a nibbler. I'm kind of a gobbler.
Well, I got a new one for you. So I found this online. Do you know what a UTV is?
No.
It's a utility vehicle.
Oh, kind of like an ATV, or like, is it like one of those 4-wheeler ones with like a little bed on it or something?
Utility task video. And it looks like those old Stone Cold videos he would put out when he was driving around at his ranch. It looked like a go-kart that had monster truck wheels kind of thing. Yeah, so it was a thing for UTV, and I guess I landed on it or played the next video, and that's what came on, right? And the way she said this, she was not joking. Like, she was not saying this as a tongue-in-cheek thing, because I went back, I'm like, is this somebody purposely doing? No, she's not. She's giving you a review of this UTV. Listen to this.
I got the side-by-side all gassed up, ready to go, so you can dump your load in me in the dump box. That's one of the cool new features about this UTV. Anyways, let's go.
Yeah.
My new favorite one.
I don't think she meant to say that. You can dump your load in me in the dump box. But, yeah, I pulled it.
I got the side-by-side all gassed up, ready to go, so you can dump your load in me in the dump box. That's one of the cool new features about this UTV. Anyways, let's go.
You just always wait for a girl to flirt with you that way, but it just never happens.
She's like, hi, I know we just met, but would you like to dump in me inside my dump box? Like,
I was like, please don't call it that.
All right, well, that's a bit much, but
a little forward, if you will. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
I'm working on some twisted clips. I got another twisted clip. She said this.
Sometimes you gotta burn a bit.
Right in the butt.
Oh, yeah, I have that.
One of my favorites.
Right in the butt.
I don't know why she would even say it.
I do not have a wiener.
So we have that. And then our pal Tonelli, who, where's the other Tonelli clips? We had this.
You never trust.
Wait, no. This is it.
Yeah, then you can spit it out if you wanted.
I have that. Then I got her, I write stuff into her chat, and then she reads it on the screen. So I put this in there, and she said this.
You never trust a big butt and a smile.
I was putting Poison lyrics in there, and she didn't know what it was.
So funny.
And then she was talking about snack foods, and she said this.
I like ding dongs.
It's always good to have stuff out of context.
He's great.
So we have that. No, we're not doing that. I know what you're trying to stop.
DES, let's get to that.
Hold on. I have this here.
Not a guarantee.
Not a guarantee.
I was watching some old Simpsons episodes, and like 2 episodes back to back had the same gag where they were watching something on television, guaranteed to blah blah blah.
Not a guarantee.
I was like, that's pretty good. I got that. I have this.
How dare you?
Stupid Greta Thunberg. Now we had remember there was that female podcaster. I think she was from Staten Island that got upset with me because I defended Jerry Seinfeld. And
oh my God. Yeah. Because she was trying to equate his reaction to someone trying to get under his skin about Israel's occupation of the West Bank.
Yeah.
And like, he just laughed it off because he wasn't engaging, and she was calling him. Oh, yeah, it was wild. And then, of course, you were like, yeah, that's not what was happening. And then she was like mad at you about it.
Yeah. She got really pissed off at me. She wouldn't say our name or anything like that, but she would take clips of the social media. Oh, then they said this. And she had horrible makeup. And I said she looked like Clayface from Batman. And then she took that as a big fucking insult and whatever. But then she said something like this.
It's giving weird. Why are you making this a thing?
Which drives me nuts, because whenever a buzz term happens, then other people, mostly women online, start using it as if they've said it all their lives.
I know.
You know, it's giving weird. No, it used to be it's giving weird vibes. Then you can't have the vibes or feelings, or that you can't have the qualifier at the end. Now it's just got to cut off, and then you're supposed to understand what it is. So anyway, she said that it's giving weird. Then I had to pull the famous Rachel Ziegler one.
Weird.
We have that. And there was a third weird one. Where is that one? Uh-oh. I don't have that one. All right, well, there's a third weird one somewhere. I have a Jordan clip.
What do you got?
Nothing bad's going to happen tonight. Can't promise the same for your partner in crime, Jordan.
There's a Jordan character on Gen V.
Yes.
And they love threatening Jordan. Like, there's so many Jordan drops where they hate Jordan. They threaten Jordan. Jordan's going to die.
I was going to say, if you use it the same this year for our music episode, you definitely have some Jordan clips at my intro. So I remember that from last year.
Yep. We have
was
that.
like, nice.
We have, let's see.
Here's some comments some retarded people made on my last post.
That's pretty good.
Oh, then of course this.
Suck my fat one!
That kid became a fucking superstar overnight, and it's probably going to crash. Like his 15 minutes of fame,
he will never do anything else again. Yes, nope. He's done.
He's that kid.
Suck my fat one!
Is the human head weighs 8 pounds.
Right.
That's what he is. And the kid's very nice. I saw a clip of him on Jimmy Fallon. Seems fine.
Yeah, he was real nice.
But that's just how he's going to be labeled for the rest of his
life. You're the suck my fat one kid.
Oh, I also have this.
I dabble. I just dabbled. Is
that our agent?
Leave me alone.
Yeah, there's some stuff coming about him soon.
Oh, so excited for that.
Leave me alone. You don't talk about me. I won't talk about you. You enjoy your stupid life. I'll enjoy my stupid life, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. All right.
Oy.
So there's the drops catch up for you. All right. CES, and then we'll get to segment 2. So a lot of stuff happened this past week in CES. Mm-hmm. Not as many highlights as I thought there was going to be, but the ones that did get highlighted were very, very interesting.
There's like a 125-inch television that was like, damn.
Was it the mac and cheese thing that went out on Black Friday for Walmart?
No one got that. As soon as that thing sold out, have you noticed that no one that ever got it actually posted about it? Like it was gone. Like it was just it.
You think it was phony? Like it never happened?
I think it was a big fat phony.
It's phony. I think. What do you think, in your opinion? I'll tell you mine. What do you think was the big takeaway from this year's CES?
For me, I thought maybe some of the things were leaning more into the AI type stuff. I think it what I'm assuming a lot of things were doing. I know Dell decided they wanted to go away from AI and started, they wanted to not do AI type computers. I saw one, I think it's Corsair, decided to make a keyboard that's actually doubles as is it the soup?
It's I'm sitting here. Like some just smell like like if like a rodent or something died in your wall and you didn't know.
That's when you donate. That's the secret. That's the secret word.
It just came wafting over. I was like, "What is that?" Oh, it's the cheeseburger soup.
But yeah, like a lot of it is just like I think we're in an issue where we're not getting a lot because of the shortages of semiconductors and things like that. We've got exactly the old hardware because DDR5s.
Chris in the chat here, the fact AMD and Nvidia is rehashing old hardware because the DDR5 market is blasted. Also, a lot of it is because a lot of that chip stuff is coming from Taiwan. Like they've got like the corner on a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And as the kids say, shit's about to pop off possibly between China and Taiwan. And that is scaling back, with the tariffs and everything else, them scaling back, the prices jumping up, everything going crazy. There's no real new internal technology.
Mm-mm.
At least a positive outlook because if it's not happening this year, that means it's affecting the next year or two before they get all of that straightened out, if it ever gets straightened out. Otherwise, we could be looking at a big slowdown in that kind of technology for a long time.
Well, isn't crazy because we talked about console buying and stuff like that. It got expensive. Why not just build a PC? And at this point now you can't even do that. Like that's not even a viable option, affordably. And it's wild. But
that's I've been, my thing's not ancient, but I gutted mine about a year or so ago.
Yeah.
And went all out and for what was advanced at the time, just to stretch this out longer. So that everything's running, the bigger power source, the more advanced video card, the coolant system, all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm just babying it right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you got to do. I did see that Stream Deck did a keyboard Stream Deck combo. So like you've got yourself a nice keyboard laid out and it's got the Stream Deck buttons built into the keyboard, which is kind of cool. Whatever, if you've not in on that already, like I just got mine finally.
Well, I'm glad you got yours because I travel with mine. That's kind of why I get it. If you're just going to keep it at home, having your stuff in the buttons in the keyboard is convenient, but I like having the separate Stream Deck because I can take that and plug it into my laptop, which I pretty much made similar to this.
Right.
Plug it in there, and then it has the functions that I need. So it's great to travel with rather than have it built into it, because I'm not going to take a keyboard like that. But no,
yeah, I mean,
a little something for everybody.
I heard some stuff about some of my loves getting more digital, and I think that we're going to cover that. But yeah, I didn't really see a lot of standouts this year. Which is weird because you and I talked about it. This is the thing where they usually do CES and the AVN Awards, and I didn't see much porn stuff and I didn't see much tech stuff. And it's like, what a weird year so far.
Woodpit, I gotta tell you something about AVN, but Woodpit saying video cards that were going for $200 are going for $950 and higher.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. AVN doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, it was self-important to that industry back in the day.
Right.
But like porn itself doesn't have the publicity it needs right now. Not like it's never going away, but it doesn't have the luster, the shine on it like OnlyFans and the spin-off sites like that. Mm-hmm. That's the new hotness for right now. And that's the stuff that those women are getting the attention, where it's like, if they have an OnlyFans page, that means more to get in there than going to like a Pornhub or something where they have their own profile.
I make more
videos
money.
You'll
make more money, and you don't have, a production company or a manager or someone trying to get their cut. Anyone can make an OnlyFans account.
Yeah. There was a story on Twitter about, it's like one of those content houses that it's all young girls.
Yeah.
And one girl just turned 18, and like she was super clean, family friendly, young person content. And the day she turned 18, she opened up an OnlyFans and she made like $1 million something in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And from everything I was reading is people were saying like she made a lot of money, but the content is going to be one of those things where they allude to something but never do it.
Yeah, Piper, I don't even know who this girl is. Piper, she just turned 18, claims she made $2.9 million in a single day after launching her own.
Last name's Rockwell or something, right?
Rockwell or Rockwell.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, so there was a whole thing about her. I didn't know of her at all until I started showing up, and then TMZ. TMZ's been all over influencer shit for the last several months now. Like it's major news. So of course, a lot of people who do OnlyFans for a living, who do content and fashion shows and all that other shit that they do on there, were like yelling or speaking out about this kid. I can't say kid in this context, but for this young lady,
we're in our mid 40s. She's 18. She's a kid. I don't care. You're a kid, so you're 30 to me right now.
I understand, but within the context of discussion, if you go and read the transcript, let's not use that word.
Right. Yeah.
So this young lady was getting a lot of shit from people, and the same thing happened when Bella Thorne went
she
to
had like
their
$1 million in a day.
$1 million for the day, and all these OnlyFans people saying we're busting our ass, we're doing all of this stuff. It's a grind like any other influencer stuff, and this one comes in on a name, makes $1 million, and then she made a couple $1 million, I think, at the end of her run. She only did it for a short time and then closed it down and
very little time,
did nothing. So this young lady turns 18, puts her stuff out there. People are going crazy, screaming about her. A lot of parents, there was a lot of stuff on there that I guess a lot of parents were just like, we're unsubscribing, not to their OnlyFans, but to her account. Apparently she's part of a content house. I think it's called the Bop House.
Yeah, Bop House or Piper Squad or whatever. Yeah,
but it's all these marketing management firms that just build a house and then have all these, kids or young people live in this house, work in this house, what have you, and they're constantly making content. It's just a factory. And like at one point, I guess she was posting she posted something that it said she really made $2 million, and it was only up for a few minutes, then it got pulled down and it was back to $1 million. So people were analyzing that and calling bullshit on this. Like, look, they made headlines. Maybe they made $1 million. I have no idea, but is making $1 million for that kind of instant headline right away worth ruining the multiple millions of dollars you were making leading up to this day with your family content and all that? guess time will tell. But now that parents are aware of what this kid's doing, because it was all over the news, they're going to go and unsubscribe to her YouTube channel and TikTok and all that stuff. They don't want their kids seeing this shit because she's doing the wholesome thing here. And then over here, she's got the adult site. And it's amazing times that we live in, Jordan, that this is the shit you and I have to be concerned about. It's like at the top of the, remember it used to be don't do drugs, don't smoke cigarettes, don't drink and drive. Well, yeah, but now it's like not even so much drinking and driving anymore, because we talked plenty of times that kids are not in a rush to get their learner's permit, to get their license, to buy a car. They're using Uber and Lyft or their parents or whatever. So the driving thing, you don't have to worry that as much as like when we were growing up. You have to worry if they got into drugs or smoking pot was a big thing, which now is not that big a deal.
Right.
Now your concern is, do they have fake Instagram accounts that they're doing exclusive content on? Are they starting an OnlyFans? Are they prepping starting OnlyFans when they turn 18? Like, this is the shit now we have to worry about. And your kid, early teens, mine's not even near that yet. So imagine where I'm going to be in another 10 plus years as to where the mentality is of focusing on this shit. I'm horrified.
About be doing radio inquisitions about it. It's Eric Nagel.
Oh, imagine she starts doing deep exposés about me.
Yeah,
like she's going to like, oh, do you know what living with him was like? Let me show you some of these archives of tapes I found. Like, I have tapes of everybody. And she goes, let me show you tapes of him.
Let me tell you about this vault that he had.
Yeah, and she goes, oh, it was a vault. He wasn't joking, but it was toys. It wasn't money. Wasn't collectible stuff like works of art. You know, it wasn't rare artifacts that should have been in a museum.
How the hell does he have signed photos of a potato?
I mean, I do have gold coins, but you'll never know where those are. So
buried under somewhere.
No, for a while I was buying gold coins.
Sure, why not?
It was as an investment in the teens. The teen years, 20 teens years.
It's funny, like every now and then, like you say things that really lean into the fact that people like to think that you're more affluent than you lead on. Like, you know, you lead this life, you have boats, you have yachts, and then you're like, yeah, I buy gold coins. I'm like, I fucking am jealous that you're eating cheeseburger soup right now because I'm hungry.
Like, you want it, you can have it.
I don't want it. I want someone to drop some coin just to make you eat it at this point.
No, I have.
But yeah,
they're in a deposit box because I was like, you know, at some point, you know, minerals are always going to be worth something,
right?
And you know, the nowadays where you see signs all over the place that they won't take pennies anymore. They can't do anything with pennies. All the fast food places
have to round your change up or down. I'm like,
all the fast food places now have signs up there. There was a thing. Where did I see it? I think it was on CB. Might have wherever CBS, NBC, one of those two. There's I'll pull the video for next week. McDonald's alluded to the changes that are happening to their corporation for 2026. One of the changes is to force more transactions through the app than in store. And if they are in store, to eliminate cash transactions. Now, that's illegal. They might practice it, but you can't publicly say we're not taking legal tender because we just don't want to take cash anymore. That is against the law. And for them to put that out as a statement of their thing coming, I was sitting there and go, Trump likes McDonald's. They're not going to be touched. I was like, when does the Treasury Department investigate a corporation saying we will no longer take cash as a form of payment?
Well, that's what always weirded me out, is like how companies can still say, we can't take any bills higher than 50. I was like, that's not my problem. This is legal tender.
Right. I get it. You know, if you go to like Dollar Tree or something that's like, we can't take 100. I get it because they don't have. They just don't have it. I get that. When you tell me I can't pay you in cash at all. So Chris in the chat saying, "Hi, I'm Eric Nagel, and in these unstable times, I buy gold, and you can too." Yeah, remember those? Those were the same people that would sell the disaster buckets full of instant pudding and mac and cheese and MREs. All of that fun stuff there. Jared saying there are a few places that legally require the acceptance of cash. Yeah. Jordan made a mention too about the rounding up and down. So I think I saw something that this is starting to get investigated, but places were saying they reserve the right to round because of the penny situation, penny being eliminated. If you're being charged for something, and if say it's like the end of your price is 77 cents, they round up to 80. But if you are owed change and you have like 70, like it was 6 cents or whatever, they round down.
No.
So they'll give you a nickel or they'll give you the dime below it. And I'm like, that's stealing money. You can't charge me more for the rounding thing and that pay me more for the rounding thing. And they do this all the time. Now, other places are doing the rounding thing towards charitable donations. They mask it that way. It's like, hey.
Taco Bell. Remember, you had that didn't you had that issue, right? With Taco Bell where I forget, someone had it where they were going through and, you go through the drive-through.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
And then like
they rounded up.
You want to round up? But they wouldn't ask you to round up. They would just do it for you. And you were paying more money every time.
I went back with the receipt and to talk to them about that. Yeah. It's one thing if you round it up, even though it's still wrong because it was 77 cents, they rounded me up to 80 and whatever. Sure. But when they said, do you want to round up to the nearest dollar for a charitable donation? You have to approve that. They were just doing it. Granted, it was like 1:30 in the morning at a Taco Bell drive-through. You still can't just do that. And then you go there. Well, do you want us to give us the money back? Well, no, but it's the point of this that I'm going to make a fuss if you keep doing this because that's illegal. You're stealing money from all of that stuff. Chris saying, if they round up my Taco Bell, I demand they triple the amount of mild sauce in my bag. I want 5. Count it. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 handfuls of mild packets just thrown into the bag. I want my potato and cheese burrito and just the rest of the bag in mild sauce. Thank you very much.
I just want my 2 layers back on my 7-layer burrito.
Right. Jung saying they put 2 cents into a separate account just like Superman 3. Oh, or Milton from Office Space. He was wasn't he rounding off fractions of a cent?
Fractions of a cent for every account. You'll never notice it until it all adds up.
Yeah. All right. Back to the CES stuff. So you were saying the AI technology was probably the big takeaway from it. I think it was the Lego smart brick.
Possibly.
That seems to be getting a lot of the push on the entertainment shows and the local news. They would talk about that. And there's a robot. I forget the name, but there was a robot that looks scary, but it folds your laundry. Did you see that demonstration?
I call it Mom. But yes.
Hello, Jordan. How are you? Be a good boy. Mommy loves you. Here's your underwear.
Here's your meatloaf.
She talks like that. So I would see the clips of the robot that's folding your laundry, but a lot of the stuff was doing the Lego smart brick. Now, I have a couple of videos for you. Here's the official teaser that Lego put out on their account, and then I'll show you a clip of Lego at CES. Here we go.
You could bring your imagination to life for real. Play with your creations and let them play back with you. Well, that's exactly what we've built.
Wait, really?
Introducing the Lego Smart Play System.
Oh, boy.
A new platform made of endlessly interactive smart bricks, smart tags.
Seriously? And no way!
Smart minifigures. Hold on. So you can interact with the little guys now? All connected to bring play to life.
What is this doing to the price, by the way?
Oh, it's gonna shoot up. Yeah. And the problem is a lot of these smart bricks are being integrated into some of the Star Wars sets immediately. And Star Wars sets for Legos, for those that don't
already expensive. Yeah.
They are usually way more expensive than normal sets. So like, you'll get it's Boba Fett's Starfighter. And if you do the price per piece, like you break it down, like what they're charging and how many pieces it's usually like 50, 60 cents more than, what are your other properties are. Right. So there's already a markup when it comes to Star Wars sets. And now you're adding interactivity and technology. It's not going to be cheap. And now you don't have to get it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to do any of this stuff. But just the fact that they're leaning this heavy into this already, I don't know.
And to come out with this now, when we just talked about a world chip shortage because of tariffs, because of escalating tensions between Taiwan and China, like you're going to come up with this now when they're going to offer this stuff. It's not going to be a matter of can you afford this? It might also be a matter of, look, we promised this, but due to the world economic situation, we can't even produce what we said we're going to, or at least to the volumes that we were hoping.
Yeah.
Like, this is great, but was this really the time to make this announcement for this?
For me, the whole point of, for me, building Legos is more of it's like a relaxing out thing. I display stuff. It's like doing a puzzle, but it's 3D and all this stuff. Well, if you're a little kid and you're building Lego stuff, why do you need more electronics built into it?
Yeah.
Have your imagination. It's like they're taking a piece of what you can imagine and digitizing it. And now you don't even have to really think
You're
about
not
what
distracted enough by electronics.
Yeah. Like like fucking Happy Fun Ball. Like, you don't want to fucking mess with a Happy Fun Ball.
Do not taunt Happy Fun Ball. Jung in the chat saying, oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Chris is in the chat saying, we build a smart Lego, but we can't cure, say, diabetes. Yeah, the world is stellar.
Yeah.
And Jung in the chat saying is like the smart brick are the cure. You know what this is?
Swallow it.
This is one more step closer to nanotechnology or nanite technology.
Well, and the funny thing is I was reading about these, and I don't think any of the videos talk about it, is that, so you see that smart brick, the chip that powers these things is as big as that little round little peg piece.
Right.
So it's a super tiny chip doing all this functionality. Wild.
And react to how you move with dynamic sound and lights. Holy schnitzel, there's lights. One brick to turn your Lego builds into an opportunity to create, explore, and unlock your imagination.
You know what I think this is?
Ducks. This is going to be huge. Huge. Come play in the next dimension with the Lego Smart Play system.
I think this is like the precursor to this was, remember the Lego Dimensions game?
Yes.
Where you had it on the character, you build the character, you build the vehicle, whatever. It went on that little smart disc, and that went on the stage, and that translated what you made into the game. I think this is like when they stopped doing Dimension, they had all that stuff left, and like, what are we going to do with all this shit? Well, what can we turn it into? And then a decade later, they did the Smart Play. All right, so we have that. This is some footage from the actual CES demonstration.
This brick to start looking for a smart minifigure, and you'll see from the sound and the color when it detects it. But it's not just looking for the minifigure, it knows who that minifigure is, and actually it knows where that minifigure is. So as I move the minifigure around, you'll see different lights and colors depending on where the minifigure is compared to the brick.
What does this allow us to do? Well, you saw it's actually a very simple system, a very simple addition, a platform that we're adding into the Lego system and play. It's the brick.
I don't think it's needed.
It's the tags and it's the interactive minifigs. But all together, what that unlocks is an opportunity for interactivity, new dimensions of responsiveness, opportunity for more social play and for more storytelling.
Now, you only get one brick per set, right?
Yeah, so
you lose the brick or it's broken, your set's useless.
What I was reading up on is that it also comes with a charging base, because these things are going to be like the key wireless, where you stick your phone on something and it starts to charge it. Same thing, it's wireless connectivity, so you stick it on this little platform. But yeah, you lose that and it's gone. You can't charge it up. You fuck that up, it's gone. And that's not going to be cheap. It's basically it's a charger. It's a battery.
Yeah, Junk saying in the chat, so it lights up and makes sounds. Yeah, that's
pretty
exactly
much
what it is.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens when they come to life. So you hear the door unlock. The Lego Smart Play brings a whole new dimension to physical play. Lego Dimensions. Play back. It's designed to inspire kids' imagination and get them playing creatively time and time again.
You know what inspires kids' imagination and gets them to play creatively time and time again?
Legos?
Correct.
We've put cutting-edge technology, some of it never seen before, into Lego Smart Play to create a platform for physical interactive play, allowing any Lego set to come alive in kids' hands.
Films give fans characters and stories that capture their imaginations, but toys give them an opportunity to take these stories home and continue them.
And they're just showing Star Wars.
Yeah, but you know what makes that helicopter sound? Your mouth. Be a dumb kid and just play, you moron.
Yeah. So yeah, this was the big talk of CES was the Lego Smart Brick. Did you see the big presentation they put outside the Sphere before CES started?
I heard about it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm going to show it to you, my friend.
Oh, I'm excited.
This is what are they called? Let's see, Lego Smart Play. Okay. This is part of the Lego Smart Play setup. Look at this. The ride is different. The interactive pod that you're in is like across the street from the Sphere, and they were using the Sphere as the game screen.
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
It's what model is that? Is that the TIE
that's
Fighter?
the X-Wing.
X-Wing. So the giant X-Wing with R2-D2 stationed in the back, you get to put on the helmet, the outfit, you crawl into a giant Lego version of the X-Wing. It's across the street from the Sphere. You're playing the game on the Sphere.
That's so big.
Now, I didn't find it, but there's a clip for one of the local newscasts in Las Vegas that apparently nobody knew this was happening. So people driving around in Las Vegas thought somebody hacked the Sphere and was just playing video games.
I mean, that's funny.
On the Sphere. They had no idea this was part of a bigger presentation because I guess from whatever main road or highway that's near this, you can't see the Lego setup here. You just see the Sphere. And you just seeing people's names and score counts showing up. So someone's like, somebody hacked the Sphere and is playing video games.
Street Fighter on this thing. I mean, it's kind of fun.
Right.
Yeah, but like I like all the media and all this stuff hyping this up is more fun than I think what the experience really is going to be. Like I really do think this is not going to be as prevalent in Lego sets as people think it's going to be. It's not going to change how Lego is. You know, I think what you're going to find is just it's going to be maybe for some of these Star Wars sets and things like that, but then it's just going to go away. It's just another gimmick.
The Sphere supports 120-inch display, so it's equal to that. All right. Still, I mean, I'd still think it would be funny if somebody could hack into their system and just start like, cool. One day porn's going to show up somewhere, some OnlyFans account or some kind of jihadist message or religious nut or something's going to show up there one day. And like somebody hacked the Sphere. It's like, whoa. You see that from miles and miles away. Chris actually hacked the Sphere. He said, I hacked the Sphere and put this podcast on it. People are standing there watching currently. I would love
It'd be hilarious
to get a shot of the Sphere where there's no, sometimes it pauses in between transitions. You just get the Sphere with nothing on it. So we could Photoshop putting the show on there. I think that would be a great cover slate for this show. All right. So the Lego stuff was a big deal. Now I have two other things here I want to show you that seemed completely ridiculous and a waste of time being at the Consumer Electronics Show. Did you see that too? Did you see the thing about the musical lollipops?
Oh my God. What a dumb concept.
It's called LolliPop Star. Pop Star. Get it? Essentially, it's that technology for the earbuds that instead of going in your ear, they lay over here and what is it? The bone
conducting.
The bone conducting.
Yeah.
So the way the sound radiates on the bone is how you're hearing it. It's not actually going into your ear canal. Well, they're using the same thing for the lollipops where you get a lollipop and you put it in your mouth, but if you hold it in between your teeth, it's vibrating a song into your head, which sounds very intrusive, even though you're willingly doing that. But the fact that you put it here and you're hearing it here seems like they're trying to reprogram you and kill you.
Here's the opposite side. Over on the other side of the convention hall, the AVN Awards was introducing the new vibrator that did the same thing, so you can have a soundtrack.
Yeah.
While it's vibrating in the inside of you. Oh,
is that true, or are you just?
No, that would be hilarious.
Oh,
because and keep this in, because if that ever happens,
I was going to say, did you look ahead at some of the videos I have next?
Oh my God,
we'll get to that in a second. But anyway, this is the LolliPop Star. Take a look. So what you have here is a lollipop, the candy on this kind of plastic stick, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's kind of bulbous at the end. It looks like those pink things that the cam girls use, where like the bulb goes in, but the rest of the pink thing sticks out.
And yeah, you donate to.
Maybe that's what they did. The company that owns that thing, because it's the
they
thing
just
that
changed what they're doing.
Do. It's like, we have so many of these left over. Like, we sold all we can. What if we repurpose them as lollipops? Here,
guys, we have this pile of stuff, and there's way more orifices we can exploit. Let's do this.
So, here we go. So she's putting the lollipop in her mouth.
Like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, so the bulb thing at the end is lighting up. I guess that's the little computer thing that's playing the music.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear it unless it's in your mouth. You can't hear it at all. But what happens when you're done with the lollipop? Then you got this whole thing that's just an industrial waste.
I'm wondering if it's one of those things where you can make your own suckers, like it's like a do it yourself kit, where you've got like a mold and you can like melt sugar and stuff into that. Like, maybe that's a thing, because that does seem like some wasteful technology.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of, is that is what they could use that for. But even then, no one's going to take the time to do that. Not on a large scale.
Jung saying, so you have to bite on the lolly to hear the music. Do they not know how lollipops work? It's going to stick to your molars. Chris saying, what happens if it hits a cavity? Does it echo? No, it electrifies you.
How many licks does it take to change the song?
That thing tases you if you have a cavity. This lady's just sitting there with this thing in her mouth, and she's nodding up and down like she's with the music.
All it plays is the song Lollipop.
Oh, she just said it's bone conducting.
Yeah.
Do you have two more in case we want to like give people some raw reaction?
See,
you have
now
two more. Like, how much is this thing?
But look at the pink thing. It looks like the thing that the cam girls use, where you make a donation and it vibrates or something.
Funny. It's so simple. It's so simple. It's super fun.
So LolliPop Star is a lollipop where, as you eat it, you start hearing the music and you enjoy music while you're enjoying the lollipop.
But if you eat it backwards, the devil tells you to kill somebody.
It says Paul is dead.
Paul is dead. Why did you pick green apple?
It uses bone conduction technology. So from the back of your mouth, you'll start to feel the different vibrations that go up into your ear.
But why? Like, why is this something someone thought of and said, that's the market we need to corner?
Right. I don't know. I'm hoping they do show a price point in this.
I'm looking up their website, but all it is waitlist stuff.
Wait,
like,
is that a celebrity endorsement? Whose face is that on there?
That does look like a celebrity.
It doesn't. Does it say who that is?
I'm trying to figure.
Oh, is that Ice Spice?
It could be, yeah.
Or is somebody going to say, what do you think they all look alike? And I don't know. Was taking a shot in the dark here.
It's super fun. It's a great way to enjoy your favorite song while enjoying a lollipop, which I think we can all love and remember from childhood how fun those are. And it's a really fun novelty product.
All right. Enjoy your favorite song. How much is the licensing for the music to put into these things?
All generic music.
Or do you plug it in like through your USB-C into your laptop or whatever and download your favorite songs into it? It's like, we have this old iPod technology. We have an abundance of the vibrating cam girl technology. What if we put them together, and then that thing where you could buy the chocolate and melt your own chocolate to be a chocolatier at your house? What if we have them and they can make their own lollipops with it? This is a gold mine.
Licking it, you're like, watermelon. Benny Goodman again?
Yeah.
It's like all old standards, because that's all they could give afford the rights to.
Yeah, you're like, all right, well, all right. This tastes like blue raspberry. Also, kind of tastes like Jill Kelly. It's really kind of gross.
Product that I think a lot of people will really enjoy.
This is going to be great for the people that are already scared that 5G is ruining their brainwaves, but now they're just literally sticking electronics into their mouth just so they can have a lollipop.
It's weird that the bagging looks like wrap snacks. Remember those shitty potato chips they were doing where they were trying to tie it into the hip hop?
They make ramen too. I'm trying to get my hands on the ramen too. I think Gittles found some.
It's just launching with 3 different artists and 3 different flavors, and it'll expand beyond that, and it'll be available at convenience stores earlier or later this year.
There's no way that can be affordable for a kid going into a 7-Eleven to get a singing lollipop.
$10 sucker.
And
they're missing out on an opportunity. Instead of making them suckers, make them like weed gummies or something like that, where it's like a pot sucker. So you're sitting there getting high while also listening to like whatever psychedelic music you want to be into. This would be a fantastic thing. Preston is actually right. Most likely, Jordan, you'll be buying these at the concert you go to. You're not wrong. And I completely forgot to talk about this. Maybe we'll talk about it in segment 2. I went and saw Duran Duran on Monday. It was fantastic. So we'll get into that in segment 2.
Was it something like a phenomenon?
No.
The white lines? Oh, okay.
But yeah, I really don't understand the market for this. Every kid if you're a kid going into a convenience store to get suckers, you're wearing your fucking headphones. You know what I mean? Like, no kid needs this. It's dumb.
Well, apparently you're wrong, because they're really they're doing licensing deals and they're really trying to make this a thing.
Yeah, it's just because they're trying doesn't mean it's going to be a success.
LolliPopStar.com for $8.99. So it's a fun way for everyday people to enjoy a favorite song or a novelty product, pick up something fun that they have just as they're walking around and can enjoy.
This chick got some money, like some kind of severance deal or like a insurance thing from getting hurt at work, and this is what she spent it on. This way I could be my own boss and I don't have to work a day in my life.
Took some acid, a coyote told her to make it, and she's fine.
Let's keep a tab on this and see how it does next year, if this thing's still around or if it even officially launched. What if ASCAP comes in and sues them for royalties, and you haven't paid royalties with these artists of the songs that you're broadcasting into people's brains?
Jesus. Yeah, I think this is the plot to Batman Forever.
Right.
The Riddler's trying to beam stuff into everyone's brains. This is how we start this.
Well, the final thing I'm going to show you about the highlights from this year's CES in Las Vegas. You had made mention of about the what is it called? The bone what technology?
Bone conducting
technology. You thought they were making vibrators.
That would be funny.
That way you put it in there, and you put it in there, and you hear like a wet ass pussy.
Yeah,
as that's going on, or golden, because that song's everywhere. Close in the same vicinity.
Oh no!
But I want to introduce you to the Handy 2 Pro.
This is exactly what you think it is. And you can overclock it once you consent to avoid the warranty. The Handy 2 Pro was just revealed, and not only can you customize the speed.
Hold on. For the radio audience, it looks like you have like a travel case for a Nintendo Switch. And then next to it is a robotic arm moving up and down that has some kind of
silicone sleeve.
Yeah. So you got here's what it is. You got the travel case for the Nintendo Switch, a robotic arm moving up and down, holding the rubber condoms for the Nintendo Wii controller that they made you take.
You play Mario and it just keeps doing this.
Yeah, this is again more stuff that was sitting in the back. Nintendo is like, we got to do something with this, so they came up with this idea. Let's start back up again. It's called the Handy 2 Pro.
Exactly what you think it is. And you can overclock it once you consent to avoid the warranty.
You can overclock the speeds that it's already there to avoid the warranty. It's like when you have a go-kart and you figure out how to strip the governor. So now the go-kart can do, now it's street legal when it's not supposed to be.
Handy 2 Pro was just revealed, and not only can you customize the speed and stroke length, but you can also sync up with thousands of videos. We tested it with a safe for work.
Yeah, so it hooks up with your VR apparatus now. You better watch your son's wish list on Amazon.
Video, and well, it's really in sync. What's crazy is that even though it can go pretty fast, you can push it into riskier speeds. But you'll be hit with this disclaimer, which will void the warranty if you want to hit speeds of up to 10 strokes per second.
Can you believe that? This isn't going fast enough. I need it to feel like it's the arm on a sewing machine.
Look, I'm on a time crunch and my break's almost over.
Yeah.
Speed this along.
Chris says you overclock that sucker and it rips your member off.
Goodbye, Nick.
One Swedish penis enlarger. That's not mine, babe. I don't know where that came from.
What? It can also sync up remote.
Like this giant machine. The Swedish suck machine.
It looks like the giant piston when they're pumping oil in the oil fields.
Per second. What? It can also sync up remotely. Perfect for long distance relationships.
Wait, I've just thought about that. 10 strokes a second. You're not going to survive 10 seconds with that before it starts ripping skin off of you.
For all those kids that want to feel like they're in the Boy Scouts again.
The company also sells tons of accessories and a variety of silicone sleeves designed to simulate different sensations. Of course. The Handy 2 Pro is available now for $4.99, and while that may sound like a lot, having a girlfriend or boyfriend could run you way more. Would you use one of these? Tag a friend who should.
Can we send this
Hooked up with your VR and your sucker that makes music, you're going to have a great time.
Can we send this to Hollywood agent Rob Stark?
Please. I'll put in money.
Thinking of you.
Every bit of donations that's come in is not going to go to me anymore. We're going to send this.
We're going to buy this and send it to Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to put our logo on it so he remembers who gave it to him.
Chris saying, I want to see the person who has to go to the doctor with an injury from this thing. Will be nice episode of the People's Court. It'll be that hospital story that goes around when they all say, it's like, I've seen everything when we took x-rays.
This guy's
in the ER, where the x-rays of things that are like what was it, Jackass, where he put the Hot Wheels cars up his ass and then had to go get the x-ray done?
Yeah, he went to get the x-ray to see, like, he had Hot Wheels up his ass.
Right. So you go in there and it's like, I don't even know what to say. It's like they keep finding new ways to freak out the medical staff at the ER. It's like they don't even know how to treat this thing. Now, here's something else I thought about. It has these, they said it was latex, right?
It's probably silicone.
Oh, silicone. Okay. How many people do you think get this, are so excited, rip everything out of the box, go to use it, not realizing you have to lubricate the thing? Like somebody is so
maybe if you're a novice, but if you're at 10 strokes a second, you're gonna.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you're almost like a child at Christmas. You're just ripping open the presents just because you want to play with the toy.
Eric, when this thing hits 10 strokes a second, you're going to see some serious shit.
Flames everywhere.
Flames everywhere. Go back in time.
They the first thing, like they order it. They already did the research online about how to strip it and void the warranty. Put it on, not thinking they needed to lubricate the thing. And that thing goes and like, it's bad enough when you were playing baseball and you'd rip the skin off your hair, or football, and you had to get the liquid skin that they would paint onto your wounds to temporarily cover up your wounds so you can get medical treatment. Imagine having to, you dip your thing into this, that happens. Now you got to dip your thing into the liquid skin just to get you to go to the ER because of this travesty. What did Chris say? I didn't see what he said there.
That Tom Hanks could have used this fucking thing on the island to create fire.
Put it in Wilson. He would have been happy with that. 10 strokes a second. It's just one giant callus.
Right.
Well, that's what you have to look forward to this year from CES. Technology forever on the grow.
On the grow?
Thank you for getting that, my friend. We got to take a break. When we come back, segment 2, television, movie, streaming updates, all the things that are fit to print. We'll be right back.
More, it's Eric Nagel.
It's Eric Nagel.
Next.